And boom, I believe we are live. If we're live, say hello, chat. If we're live, how's everybody doing today? I am currently in a different location, but we're still here. And let's see, I still don't see my screen has started. I always hate starting a stream because it's awkward. Um, let's see. Yeah, it still hasn't started for some reason.
On Kick, you're live, but
YouTube's not
oh,
live.
YouTube, I see it now. Yeah.
YouTube's live now.
Uh-huh.
There we go. We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to night 4 of the DNC. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199. And we have Krista Nova.
Hello.
Krista,
Mm.
give them a little bit of a tease as to what they can expect if we get minimum $100 super chats or a break in the action when they sing. What are you going to do for the audience?
All right. So this live stream we're watching live right now, there's a lot of music they like to play, but guess what? When that happens, we have to mute. But don't worry, gang. Don't worry. Krista's here, okay? And Krista's got a microphone, luckily for you guys. So when they're singing, we're gonna mute.
Or when we
then,
get MAGA red super chats.
or that too. And then will come this beauty of a voice. Vote for Donald Trump. He will win today.
There we go. Thank you, Krista. So if you want more of that, that's how you get it. Okay. So it's much better than the DNC music. That's for sure. Now, a couple of things. There is a rumor that one Don Lemon has dropped. Don Lemon has said that George W. Bush, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce are going to show up tonight to the DNC. That is from Don Lemon. Do I believe it? I mean, do I believe George W. Bush would show up to the DNC just to stab Donald Trump in the back? 1,000%. But do I think that Don Lemon has those types of sources? I mean, potentially. He did work for CNN all those years, but that is from Don Lemon. Don Lemon is saying that George W. Bush, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce are going to show up tonight. If that happens, holy shit. I hope it does. I hope it does. That's the rumor. Okay. Now, the other thing is, and this just came out. So I'm going to be live tomorrow. Because we have big time news on the Donald Trump front. Let me see if I can find this tweet really quickly. Where is it at? Of course, it's not showing up in my timeline right when I need it. It was just reported. Bookmark right here. Breaking. Trump campaign announces special guest to join Arizona rally tomorrow. Now, the rumor is RFK is going to drop out of the race at 2 p.m. Donald Trump has a rally at 4 p.m. The rumor is RFK drops out at 2, endorses President Trump, and shows up to Trump's rally at 4 p.m. That is the rumor. And the Trump campaign has just announced a special guest. So we will be live to cover all of that. Gonna be crazy. Can't wait. Holy hell. Now, how's the connection for our wonderful audience? You guys let me know. But that would be huge. It would be huge. Because it's lagging for me, but I think that's just on my end. Is the actual feed lagging for you, Krista? Okay,
No.
it's lagging for me. So all right. So I'll see if I can work on that. But either way, as long as the audience is good, that's all that matters to me. So yeah, so we're now right now, the list of speakers that we have for the DNC that I saw, and again, this is just what was reported. Not a lot of great speakers tonight. Obviously, we've already had Pocahontas come out there. Mark Kelly, I think he already spoke. Gretchen Whitmer is supposed to speak. Roy Cooper, Catherine Clark, Adam Kinzinger is speaking. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear from Adam Kinzinger tonight. Let's see. No other really prominent names. So yeah, and then Kamala Harris obviously tops it off. So a lot of kind of random names. So that does make me believe that George W. Bush, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce could show up. I guess we will see, though. I guess we will see. All right. So what do you think, Krista? Are you excited?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for when this is over, so that I can listen to it to help me fall asleep tonight.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. So right now, there's probably a lot of virtue signaling going on right now with the DNC. Jeremy is so maging out. Am I skipping out?
That guy crying. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Just unmute it for a minute so I can figure out what. Yeah. Why am I doing this? Well, you're about to find out. Go ahead and unmute it.
Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. We are free at last. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.
What the hell did we just watch?
Wow.
Wow.
Our country is built on justice, and people's lives, as we just heard, can be harmed when we fail to do justice. But Kamala Harris fights to do justice. No one knows that better than the prosecutors who fought alongside her.
Jesus.
These are their stories.
How many of them got a phone call from Kamala? How many?
Release the phone calls.
Release the phone calls. Come on. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait. Come on. Let's go, DNC. Oh, they're all coming out on stage.
DNC, Donald National Convention.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. All right. Kamala called me.
Amy Resner. I was a colleague in the courtroom when my friend Kamala tried one of her first cases and made the prosecutor's promise for the people. For Kamala, practicing law was always about protecting the vulnerable and giving the victims a voice. Women who were sexually assaulted, children who were mistreated and sexually abused. She helped them navigate their nightmares and demand justice for their
So
injuries.
accurate, Jimmy. That's
And
so
she did
accurate.
it all with grit and grace, intelligence and heart. She was a remarkable prosecutor.
Oh, I'm sure
and
she was just
will be
remarkable.
a remarkable president.
Survivors of sexual assault struggle to be heard over the cacophony of voices demeaning, discrediting, and vilifying them. When powerful offenders are allowed to manipulate public opinion by attacking their victims' credibility, all victims suffer. Those words are from the 2021 amicus brief filed by RAINN, the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization, in the case of E. Jean Carroll versus Donald J. Trump. As a legislator and lifelong advocate against sexual violence, I urge all of us to stand together to support survivors, believe them, and hold perpetrators accountable.
Like Bill Clinton?
I'm Lisa Madigan, former Attorney General of Illinois. I worked with Kamala Harris during the Great Recession to protect homeowners from foreclosure. As Attorney General of California, Kamala met thousands of people on the
is
verge
such
of losing their
bullshit.
homes
This is such
and their faith
bullshit.
in the American dream. She demanded big banks provide mortgage relief to allow families to stay in their homes. She stood her ground, and together, we prevailed. For as long as I have known her, Kamala Harris has always taken principled positions
There's
and
no
never
way that
wavered.
anybody believes this
Thanks to
bullshit.
Kamala's determination, countless Americans have a home they can call their own.
Hey, bro, that microphone ain't going
And I'm
nowhere. You
Mark
can type,
Morial,
man. He's just like,
civil rights leader
he let go of that
and
microphone,
former
man.
mayor of New Orleans.
God
In the 1970s, Donald Trump was sued for refusing to rent his apartments to African Americans. His employees were told, put those applications in a drawer and leave them there. It was straight up housing discrimination. It was racism, and civil rights advocacy put an end to it. Kamala Harris has a plan to build more housing, keep rent prices fair, and help more people own homes. Donald Trump, you denied Black people the American dream. And Kamala Harris is creating a future where every family, yes, every family has a place to call home.
I'm Nathan Horns. In 2010, I went to college in California to pursue my dreams, but ended up with a nightmare.
This looks like a
was
diversity
predatory
American
for-profit
Psycho
chain.
right here. Holy
They
hell.
defrauded more than 500,000 students and burdened us with loans
American
we could never
Psycho
repay.
right here, man.
Then
Holy crap.
Kamala Harris stepped in. As Attorney General of California, she stuck up for students. She prosecuted Corinthian, and as Vice President, she stuck with us. As we fought and we organized for debt relief, the Biden-Harris administration came in, canceled all Corinthian student debt, and gave us back our futures.
My name is Tristan Snell, and I prosecuted Trump University. I interviewed over 100 victims of Trump's fraud, a retired police sergeant, an Iraq veteran with PTSD, a mother caring for her son with special needs. They trusted Trump. They believed that he would teach them his secrets and make their American dreams come true. But all they got was credit card debt and a fake diploma. Some lost their life savings, some lost their homes. Donald Trump ripped off his biggest fans and made $5 million in profit. Kamala Harris fought scammers.
All they
like
do
him.
is talk
And
about
as
Trump.
president, she
That's
will continue to fight for you, for us, for the people.
Is that it? Is that it? It's a little lackluster. Okay. Well, thank you. My God, there's no energy, man. There's no energy.
Please welcome Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey.
Please clap. Mute it real quick. Mute it real quick. So I think the Democrats have heard the reaction to the first 3 days of the convention and how bad this has been for them. So it really wouldn't surprise me if they are deciding to throw a Hail Mary. Now, if you're just tuning in, it is being reported by none other than Don Lemon. Don Lemon is saying that he has sources within the DNC, and he is saying that Taylor Swift will be here, Beyonce will be here, and George W. Bush will be here tonight. That is according to Don Lemon. I believe that it's possible because they are desperate, and I hope that it happens. I hope and pray with every bone in my body that George W. Bush shows up. I hope, because I think he's the most evil politician. Well, I mean, it's hard to say he's the most evil politician now, considering all the stuff we've seen, but George W. Bush is a terrible, terrible person, and he was a horrible president. So I do hope that he shows up. Also, we will be live tomorrow covering what could be some of the biggest political news in a long time. It is being reported by several outlets. First was Alex Jones, then NBC and ABC reported on it that Robert F. Kennedy will tomorrow drop out of the race and endorse Donald Trump. He is doing an address to the nation in Arizona tomorrow at 2 p.m. At 4 p.m., Donald Trump is set to go speak at his rally. The rumor is that RFK is going to drop out, endorse Trump, and then join Trump at his rally. The Trump campaign has just released a statement saying that they are going to have a special guest at their Arizona rally. All of that is happening right now. Holy shit, there's a lot going on. So there we go. That's the update. Go ahead and unmute
In
real
September. We face a stark choice in this election: a felon and con man, or a dedicated prosecutor. The contrast between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is clear. He obstructs justice. She upholds it. He swindles people.
Come on,
She
man.
serves them. He thinks he's above the law. She actually understands the law.
100%, Samuel. 100%.
That's what this election comes down to. One candidate who's out for himself, or Kamala Harris for the people. It's a battle for the future of our nation. And tonight, we will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Kamala Harris should be, she must be, the next president of the United States. Thank you.
Horrible people. Horrible people. I can't, if George W. Bush shows up, I can't wait to hear what he says.
Please
I can't
welcome
wait.
survivor and advocate Courtney Baldwin.
Good evening, Chicago. I'm Courtney Baldwin. In 2013, I was sold for sex in cities across California by a trafficker who controlled every aspect of my life. During those dark moments, I held on to hope that one day I'd be seen as more than a victim, that I could pursue my dreams, and that my trafficker will be held justice. I didn't know it yet, but waiting for me on the other side were people who were fighting for survivors. One of them was Kamala Harris. As California's Attorney General, she fought Backpage.com, the website that let me and thousands of others be bought and sold. She filed criminal charges against its owner that shut down the website for good. No one has ever done that. Vice President Harris is fearless, compassionate, and she still gives me hope. She's protected people like me her whole life, and I know she'll fight for us all as president. Thank you.
It's Kamala. She's literally saved every single human in history. She's really saved every human.
We have to wake up at 2 a.m. in
Mute
the
it.
morning.
Mute it. Parker says Trump going to win for 20. Listen, you guys know look at the shirt and the hat. My boy Parker representing the 199 and the geeks and gamers. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I mean, look, we still have to treat it like, again, third quarter, New England Patriots, Atlanta Falcons, and I apologize to all of my Falcon fans that I have to continue to make you relive that moment. But it does approach. It connects to what I'm trying to say. But that's how our mentality has to be. We're down 28-3 in the third quarter. That's what we have to do. Janan says our back page was for independence. It became Leolist in California after. These were what is that? Consent. What are you trying to say there? Are you trying to say consent? I don't know what you're trying to say there. Let's see. Damn, Grand Potato, bro. Come on. Grand Potato. Don't make me fucking say that. Was it consenting? Is that what you were trying to say? They were all consenting girls. Okay, I got it. Listen, I'm from Alabama. Okay, I'm from Alabama. The fact that I can even read anything is a massive win for all of us. Okay. Jesus, Jeremy, you channeling Beardo. Hey, I'm on a laptop. I'm traveling. I'm on bad internet, and I'm from Alabama. Give me a break, okay? Give me a break. But thank you, Janan. My apologies for being a retard. I apologize. All right, unmute it.
Holland.
Mute it. I thought it was when I heard Holland, I was like, Tom Holland, Spider-Man is here. What if I'll be honest, I'm shocked at the lack of celebrities, like big time celebrities so far. That like the RNC had more celebrities. That's crazy. Jimbo says G&G team is 50% illiterate. You're being extremely generous with that number. It's almost like Ryan can read, and then there's the rest of G&G. That's essentially what it is. So there's Ryan, and then he's the only one that can read, and then there's everybody else. That's pretty much how it goes. All right, unmute.
35 generations ago, my ancestors built lives in the high desert of New Mexico. I am on this stage tonight because of them. While fishing with my dad and running through the desert with my cousins, I learned that we have a responsibility to take care of our planet.
Mute it. Nobody cares. Benny was with Vivek at the DNC. Vivek was talking to people. Some shit went down and Benny's stream died. Please call to see if he's okay. 199. All right. I'll text Benny right now. Go ahead. I wasn't watching Benny's stream, but I heard something went down.
It's easier for big companies to poison our air and water. An American president must lead the world in tackling climate change. We need a president who understands that assignment. That's Kamala Harris. I know her record. She held polluters accountable for spilling oil into the San Francisco Bay. She defended President Obama's Clean Power Plan in court. And as vice president, she cast the tie-breaking vote for the most ambitious climate action plan in our nation's history.
This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing.
Kamala Harris,
they're just inventing
Tim
shit.
Walz will fight for a future where we all have clean air, clean water, and healthy communities. Let me go back to the lesson I learned in the desert Southwest. We all have a role in protecting our Earth for future generations. So let's all be fierce and let's make Kamala Harris the next president of the United States. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Good Lord.
It's an election year, and both parties are battling to prove that they stand with workers.
Mute it.
But
Somebody said Benny is still up and running. Okay. Is Benny still up and running? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right. All good. Cool. Happy to hear it. Yeah, Benny's crushing it, man. Benny's crushing it. So, man, listen. So, yes or no, chat, and Krista, maybe if you can put just a yes or no poll. Yes or no? Do you think George W. Bush 43 shows up? Do you think Bush 43 shows up tonight to the DNC? Yes or no? Simple as that. Let's see. Somebody's already saying no. Some series yes. So just so everybody understands, and I'll list. It was Don Lemon. So right here, this is from Dom Luker. His tweet. It says, breaking news. Don Lemon just announced that his sources told him that George W. Bush, Beyonce, and Taylor Swift will be at the DNC in Chicago. And today, if they have a special guest, it's worth noting that George Bush hasn't been to a single RNC for Donald Trump. That is from Don Lemon. So we'll see. What did Krista put? Let's see. Where's the poll at? Did you put the poll up?
I did. I just put a question mark. Yes, no.
Oh, okay. I don't even see it. It didn't even show up for me.
Well, it's okay. So it is 47% yes and 52% no.
Okay. Let it run for a little bit longer. And some people are like, what is it? It's because I said it. My source is Tupac. Well, if Tupac, you think Tupac, he's your source, or you think sources say Tupac's going to show up? So Luke Voss says, what's the question? Is George W. Bush going to show up? All right, who is this? Unmute it.
Hello, America. Thank you to the workers that make this convention happen. Let's never forget how essential all of our labor is. I come from Appalachia. We kept the lights on in this country for generations. But the wealth made by our broken backs and our black lungs never did trickle down. And Washington listened to rich men demanding that we stick with dirty energy at any cost.
More rich man bad while you've got a fucking audit or an arena full of rich men
looking for a political home after years of both parties putting profit above people. Now, Trump, a billionaire, says that he'll take on the elites, but then he promises handouts to big oil, and he punches down at anyone with the guts to be different.
Nobody gives a shit about
but
you,
populism that insists we are too different to get along is just divide and conquer by a different name. There's another sort of populism with roots in this party that we in West Virginia,
we all have family we're not
well.
proud of, okay, chat? Don't give me too much shit over this, okay? We all have family we're not
they
proud
called
of.
us rednecks back in the 1920s because striking workers from all different races
Thanks, John. I appreciate you,
wore
brother.
red bandanas around their necks as they fought and died for respect and a living wage. Their fight yesterday is our fight right now. Right now.
He looks like Fire Marshal
It is our
Bill.
choice to build on this
Jerry
progress
Seinfeld with a mullet.
and to create a political home for the mass of working Americans fighting for control over their government, their workplaces, and their planet. And it is our moment to live up to. Let's get after it. Thank you very much.
Don't know why, but I feel like
Krista? Oh, we got to hear it. No, it's not music. It's not music.
In our nation, Vice President Kamala Harris showed up.
She came to highlight our initiative
because she believes in us.
Last year, my dad retired after spending more than 30 years working at one of our country's most polluting power plants. Donald Trump doesn't care about people like my dad. I know Vice President Harris will put working families ahead of big oil billionaires.
Kamala Harris approaches climate policy through the eyes of future generations, like mine.
As new voters and as new leaders, I'm excited to join Harris in the fight for our future.
None of this is authentic.
Please welcome
None of
Florida
this.
Representative Maxwell Frost.
None of this is authentic. It's all scripted and staged. There's no authenticity
I'm
here
Maxwell
at all.
Alejandro Frost, and I'm proud to be the first member of my generation in Congress. I'm also proud to represent Central Florida. You might expect me to talk about how climate change will impact our future, but as a Floridian, as a Florida man, I'm here to tell you that the climate crisis isn't some far-off threat. It is here. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance think they can divide us by saying this crisis is some type of hoax. But I've walked the streets of communities that have been forced to rebuild after hurricane flooding destroyed their homes. I've heard the stories of immigrant farm workers made to work in horrid conditions exacerbated by this crisis. And I felt the scorching record heat and know that climate change can sometimes feel like an unstoppable force. But with our movement and with organizing and an administration that cares, we are making progress. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have proven that tackling this crisis creates jobs, that investing in clean energy protects our health, and that investing in mass public transit builds strong communities.
What a chode. This guy's a chode.
And we must always remember that peace is essential to our climate and war destroys our environment. This election is about every drop of water that we consume and every breath we breathe. Fighting the climate crisis is patriotic. And unlike Donald Trump, our patriotism is more than some damn slogan on a hat. It's about actually giving a damn about the people who live in this country. Because when you love somebody, you want them to have clean air. When you love somebody, you want them to have safe drinking water. And when you love somebody, you want them to have a dignified job. And so, America, it's simple. Let's get to work and elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz for our planet, for our future, for our present, and for our people. God bless.
Ew. Did he just fart? Did you hear that, chat?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Gross.
ready to say Madam Vice President.
I get he was passionate and all, but man.
Let me hear you make some noise.
Krista, mute it. Mute it. All right, Krista, since they're singing.
Donald Trump's gonna win. Dun, dun, dun. Donald Trump's gonna win. Dun, 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 dun. Let's party and have fun and throw our hands in the air, cause Donald Trump's gonna win. Donald Trump's gonna win. Oh yeah, Donald Trump's gonna win. We're happy, happy. Look at us, we're dancing. Oh, Donald Trump's gonna win. Let's go. I know you guys got the Trump emojis, the dancing ones. Show them in the chat. Donald Trump's gonna win. Woo! Donald Trump's gonna win. Yeah.
I don't know when this is ending, but if my gosh, they're so happy that Donald Trump's gonna win. I just know it. I just know it. They're so happy. Look at them.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Krista. Krista saving all of you from the cringe music at the DNC. So
Wow,
there you
working.
go.
Look at me, multitasking.
Yeah, she is. She's doing a good job. And thanks to Hailstorm for being here as well. Appreciate that. OMG, weather happens. Jeremy, was that your hillbilly cousin? These people don't bite their hot dogs. Is this gender swap Stacey Abrams? Kelly R says, I needs the color wheel to figure out how much I'm sure post to care. I heard that. Steph Curry, unmute. Let's hear this shit.
Say Warriors, the man. what a great honor it was to represent Team USA and go out there and win that gold medal at the Olympics this summer.
What a
and that
cock.
unity on and off the court reminded us all that together we can do all things and continue to inspire the world. That's why I believe that Kamala, as president, could bring that unity back and continue to move our country forward.
Sure,
this is about
Steph.
preserving hope and belief in our country, making sure families can be taken care of during their most precious times. I got to visit Kamala with my team in the White House last year, and I can tell you one thing I knew then, and I definitely know now. The Oval Office suits her well. So in the words of Michelle Obama, do something. Go vote. Be active. Let's show out in November like never before. It's been an honor for me to represent our country. It's an honor to support Kamala. So let's all do our part. God bless.
Mute. Thank you, Chad. Unmute real quick. Let's see who's next.
U.S. Congress in Alabama, Shamari Figures.
Yeah, you can mute it. So Caleb says, sorry, I need something, probably say something other than these libtards, but I am convinced that Bob and Disney's heads are intentionally destroying Disney so YouTubers can turn a profit. I can't stand all the blatant lies. Well, I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think that Disney cares about us to give us that. I mean, they care about us. They hate us. I don't think Disney is like giving us, content. I think they're just a left-wing company, and they're getting exposed. And Bob Iger doesn't even control Disney. He's a puppet. He's controlled by the propaganda and the left-wing lunatics that he has surrounded himself with, in my opinion. Torben says, Krista saved my sanity. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Chad. These people seal clapping for the lowbrow theater performance. Trump is truly for the people. Let's go. All right, let's unmute and see what this guy's saying.
And it also includes my father, my late father, Michael Figures, who was also a state senator and civil rights lawyer who sued the Klan into bankruptcy. Listen, all of America, all of us owe a debt to courageous freedom fighters, both known and unknown, a debt that can never be repaid. But what we can do is ensure that the work of those fighters who came before us continues, and that our sacred right to vote is always protected. Kamala Harris gets this. She's working to protect our freedoms every single day. And that's why she will sign into law the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Act once it is introduced again by Congresswoman Terry Sewell.
Nobody knows who
Listen,
you are,
America,
bro. Nobody knows who you are.
A California poet named Kendrick Lamar recently reminded us that sometimes we got to pop out and show up. Well, America, it's time we pop out and vote. It's time we pop out from California to Alabama and all across America, and we show them that we are not going back. We are going forward, and we are going forward with Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States of America. Thank you. God bless you. Roll Tide. Let's go win this thing.
Hey. He's trying to win me over, and it ain't working. It ain't working, okay?
As I close out my segment tonight, I got to send a quick message. Madrecita querida, I love you. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz understand what everyday Americans are going through because, unlike Donald Trump, they actually grew up in families where every dollar mattered, where everything was earned and nothing was handed to them. Our next speaker knows something about that too. Please welcome my dear friend, our fellow Texan, our next senator, Representative Colin Allred.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Colin Allred,
a congressman from Dallas, dad to 2 perfect little boys. And this November, I'm going to beat Ted Cruz.
No, you're not.
And I'm so
No, you're
proud
not.
to be here
No, you're not.
to support our next president, Kamala Harris. You know, like Kamala, I was raised by a single mom. Mom was a public school teacher who often worked 2 jobs to make ends meet. So when we talk about lowering costs, I think about the times when we went to the grocery store when I was growing up and swiped the debit card and said a little prayer. But my mom and my community in Texas gave me a chance to chase my version of the American dream.
Your truth?
I played football at Baylor and in the NFL before becoming a civil rights lawyer and representing my hometown in Congress. Now I'm the guy who's going to turn Texas's Senate seat blue.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
You know, in the NFL, we had a term for guys like Donald Trump and my opponent, Ted Cruz. Me guys. You know the type. Talk a big game, only care about themselves, but you don't want to be stuck with them at a barbecue. The truth is, America has never been about me. As President Obama said, the single most powerful word.
Mute. You literally just got telling every fucking person about you and your accomplishments and the things that you intend to do. And then you turn right around and say, it's not about me. These fucking Democrats are unbelievable, dude. My God, unmute.
And restore reproductive freedom. We will secure the border. We'll protect Medicare and Social Security. And we'll turn the page and write a new chapter for this country. And elect Kamala Harris to be the next president and beat Ted Cruz. Thank y'all so much. God bless you. And may God bless Texas.
Jesus. This is bad, man. This is another bad night. It's another bad night. Oh, no. I know what they're about to do now. They're really going to pull this one.
I'm Anya Cook. This is my husband, Derek, and our daughter, Anaya. 2 years ago, a miscarriage nearly killed me. At 16 weeks, my doctors told me to prepare for a stillbirth. I needed care, but my state's abortion restrictions kept it from me. I miscarried in a bathroom. I'll never forget my husband's face as he tried to stop the bleeding, trying to do what doctors should have been doing. When I reached the hospital, I'd lost nearly half the blood in my body. I can't change the past, but we can choose a different future.
I'm Craig Sicknick, and this is my mother, Gladys. My brother was a U.S. Capitol Police officer, Brian
The
Sicknick,
Democrats are
a hero
in power.
who died after defending our country.
What are
on
you
January 6th.
talking about? A different future. The Democrats are in power. The Democrats have been in power.
My family knows how dangerous Trump is. He incited the crowd while my brother and his fellow officers were putting their lives at risk. We need a real leader, not an autocrat who is stuck in the past. Brian, we miss you every day.
I'm Gail DeBoer. I've had type 1 diabetes since I was 11. Stressing about insulin cost has been a constant in my life. President Biden and Vice President Harris have moved mountains to help. Medicare can finally negotiate prescription drug prices. Insulin is capped at $35 for Medicare recipients. And when elected, Kamala Harris plans to extend that cap to the rest of us. That's the future I want. That's the future I am voting for.
I'm Wani Romero, owner and CEO of Mothership Coffee in Las Vegas.
Is this
I
Shark
put in
Tank?
work to build my business.
Is this Shark
When
Tank?
COVID hit,
And
this
I'm looking
administration
for
support kept us
$300,000 for
moving. I
15%
hired
of my
staff,
company.
and we grew. We've more than doubled in size since the pandemic, and it's just not us. Over the last 4 years, 19 million new business applications have been filed. Like Trump, I grew up in Queens, but unlike him, I built my business with grit. That's my story. That's the American story. Let's turn the page on Trump.
I'm Eric Fitz, and these are my sons, Christian and Carter. I always try to set an example for my boys, to teach them compassion, accountability, and resilience. I want those
They have
values to be
abortion
reflected
trucks
in our
parked out
leaders.
front, bro.
I
That's
don't want to have to
that's the
turn off the
example.
TV because our president is lobbing insults or telling lies. I'm tired of all of the hate. It's time to move forward together and build a country our kids can be proud of.
I'm sure that really Trump's done after that. Like, I don't know how he survives that one. I don't know how he survives that. I mean, that was brutal. That was a brutal takedown of Donald Trump. Guys, it's over. Pack it up. Donald Trump will never recover from what we just witnessed. Absolutely brutal. Thank you, John. And exactly, why are they talking about things from 3.5 years ago? You know? Thank you, love dogs. Good Lord, man. What?
Please welcome the Bulls official drumline, Chicago's own Pack Drumline.
Trump will never survive this one. What is happening? This is supposed to be the night that you officially nominate your historical candidate. What are we doing? Mute it. All right. So if you're just tuning in, we have had reports from Don Lemon, who I don't consider to be a trustworthy source, but he does have connections. And he says that his sources within the Democratic Party have told him that Taylor Swift is there, Beyonce is there, and George W. Bush is there. That's what we've been told. I don't know if I believe it.
It was confirmed somewhere on Twitter that Beyonce will
Oh,
be there.
I see Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer,
Mm.
29 minutes ago, said Beyonce will be at
Yeah.
the DNC convention tonight.
Don't
Okay,
know about the others,
so Laura Loomer has said Beyonce will be there tonight. I don't know if she said anything else. Nothing about George W. Bush, though. I would imagine that they're going to keep that one very, very kind of tightly lipped. Honestly, Taylor Swift, just in terms of like sheer star power, would be much, much bigger than Beyonce. So whatever. I mean, Beyonce's the most talentless piece of garbage we've ever seen in the history of entertainment. I've said that before. I'll repeat what I've said in previous streams, that I have a big toe that I crushed with a pallet jack back when I worked retail, and that big toe still has more talent and is more useful than Beyonce. And that's the truth. No Taylor Swift, she's too famous. Well, I'm just saying from a perspective of the DNC, in terms of what would turn the needle for them, they would much rather benefit more from Taylor Swift showing up than Beyonce, in my humble opinion. I mean, I want George W. Bush to show up. Yeah, I think Trump is doing like a live True Social reaction. I'm not really set up to do all of that, to get all of that. To react to that, but I'm sure it's great. Trump's live reaction to Kamala and her speech. All right, unmute. And by the way, last night, I don't know if you
Party's not over.
Oh God. Up, Krista, you're up. You're muted.
Donald Trump is gonna win. We are gonna vote for him. He is gonna win. USA, we love Donald Trump. Look at us, we love Donald Trump. Vote for Donald Trump today. And subscribe to Trump PPO. Because he is almost at 100K. We love Donald Trump.
I'm trying to work. Sorry.
You're good. You're good, Krista. You're good. Oh, the chat appreciates it.
I'm like trying to think of what to say. Subscribe to Junk TPO today.
All right. So the hang on, I want to see if there's anything else that I've missed right now on Twitter, and it doesn't appear so. Now the latest news that we've heard is that we are getting, yes, RFK and Trump tomorrow, apparently. So a few days ago, it was first reported by Alex Jones that this Friday RFK will be dropping out of the race. Then the next day, ABC and NBC reported the same story. Then it was reported that RFK was going to do a State of the Nation address, or address the nation, on Friday at 2 p.m. in Arizona. And then it was announced that Donald Trump would be addressing or doing his rally in Arizona at 4 p.m. So the rumor is that RFK is going to announce tomorrow that he is dropping out and he's fully endorsing Trump. And then 2 hours later at the Trump rally, the Trump campaign has officially announced that they will be joined by a special guest. So the speculation is running wild. I'll be here live covering that. It's going to be crazy. Can't wait to see how that all plays out. That's going to be huge, and it's going to crush any potential momentum that they're going to be carrying out of the DNC, which they're not going to carry much. But yeah, this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. Also, last night I did announce that I'm not going to be doing any regular uploads to this channel anymore. The channel formerly titled D-Day Cobra Clips is now called Jeremy Prime. I'm sure the mods can drop links to that one, but that will be my upload channel, so I'll be doing regular uploads over there and shorts over there. No live streaming over there, just videos, and live stream all over here. Think that's just going to be better overall for the algorithm. So, chat's still growing crazy, Krista, over your singing. They absolutely loved your singing. So they're big fans. They're big fans. So
I'm happy to be here. Thank you all.
how you doing, Hailstorm?
Well, I'm watching this, so not great.
Oh man. So yeah, that's where we are. You know what would be cool? Do you know what would be cool? If Vince McMahon showed up to the DNC and he's like, Kamala, you're fired. That would be so great. That would be the best thing ever. Well, I take that back. That would be the second best thing ever, because the best thing ever is if Joe Biden, during her speech, if Joe Biden runs out and cashes in Money in the Bank. And my wrestling fans know, if Joe Biden runs out during her speech and cashes in Money in the Bank, it would be the greatest political moment in history. Okay. It would be the greatest political moment in history. Joe Biden comes walking out there all weird, cashes in Money in the Bank. Oh, man. Oh, man. So good. So good. By the way, did you guys like the thumbnail?
I thought it was great.
Trump as Kratos.
AI.
Pretty awesome. AI is wild, dude.
It is.
So like the other day, somebody sent me, we're waiting for all this crap music. Where's my screenshot? Somebody screenshotted this, okay? So this is from the Grok AI on Twitter. Somebody sent this to me. Public persona. Jeremy's approach is direct. So this is asking who I am. Jeremy's approach is direct, often controversial, and always unapologetic. He's like the digital equivalent of a pirate, not caring much for the mainstream's opinion, but thriving on being recognized, much like Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow, but with less eyeliner and more video game rage. If you're looking for a figure who embodies the spirit of the internet's rebellious child, D-Day Cobra is your guy. He's not just playing the game. He's critiquing the game, the gamers, and the game makers, all while building his own empire in the digital realm. Remember, in the vast universe of YouTube, D-Day Cobra, like a star, or D-Day Cobra is like a star that's gone supernova, bright, explosive, and definitely not for everyone, but undeniably influential.
Wow. I mean,
that makes me sound like such a badass.
Yeah, accurate. There you go.
Makes me sound like such a badass.
Wow. I don't know. I don't mess around with the AI stuff. I try to stay clear of it. It's just, I'm not ready for it yet. What's it called? Twitter X Grok? That sounds like a Star Wars droid.
Yeah, Grok. River Miles. Look at River Miles. Let's see. River Miles 450. D-Day Cobra Jeremy Prime collab. My body is ready. I've heard that D-Day Cobra guy is kind of edgy, controversial. Not really sure. It's probably bad for my image to be connected with some political propaganda, Trump nut job like him. So not sure I'm gonna do that one. I like Jeremy the Cyborg. Massive protest march heading to the DNC on Fox Live now. Can you share that for a minute? Hailstorm?
Share what?
He says there's a massive protest march heading for the DNC on Fox Live now.
AI photo.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I imagine there's probably, well, just don't click away from this, because I imagine, yeah, you can just look it up and see if you see anything. Let's see.
Wow, they're still just doing some music.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
Are you in a plane?
I have no idea what that is.
Sounds like someone's breathing into the mic.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, chat. Not to worry. I'm here. Krista, nice to see everybody. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Smash it for MAGA. Smash it for Donald Trump. We're here reacting to the Donald Trump National Convention, as Jeremy said earlier. Jeremy will be right back. He's at a hotel right now, and you know how it is, I guess, with setups at hotels. When you're not at your usual setup, it could be tricky. But yes, we're going to pull up this new video that J. Hill Sturm is trying to find, or live stream, I should say. But it's good to see everybody in chat. Shout out to the mods. We're going to be live again tomorrow. It's going to be wild. I see the Krista emojis. I also see you guys on Rumble and Kick. I have my eyes on the entire chat. I see you. I see you.
Thank you for holding it down, Krista. Yeah, there's some crazy shit going on here at this resort that I'm at.
Oh, man. Okay.
I think I found it.
Let's see it. Live now. DNC protests. Free Palestine. All right, so here's the protest right outside.
Yeah, go. You can unmute it and full screen it so we can hear what's going on.
I don't know. I don't remember a protest happening at the Republican convention. Was there one? I don't think so. But here's one.
No,
right now.
there was not. There was like 7 people
Okay.
that were out there crying about Donald Trump, and they got absolutely annihilated. It was so funny.
Look at that guy with that iPad. My gosh. Someone's just gonna in the screen.
Jeremy is getting swatted. Nobody knows where I'm at. I'm in parts unknown, just like the Ultimate Warrior. I'm keeping an eye on the DNC right now, and they're still dancing and going crazy. This is probably going to get pretty ugly. These protests are probably going to get pretty ugly.
That's what I said. Oh, there was a guy out there with an iPad. You better watch out. I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, they're crying like the, you know, listen, Democrats deserve this, okay? Democrats deserve this. This is the crowd that they've pandered to, and I have no sympathy whatsoever for them. All right, let's go back to the convention real quick. Keep that feed up, and we'll go back over to it. Is that the Dixie Chicks? The Dixie Chicks?
Singing.
Unmute it. I gotta hear this. I gotta hear the Dixie.
Oh
no, the Dixie Chicks. All right, mute it. So famously, the Dixie Chicks are obviously country music stars. They got absolutely wrecked back in the day. Not that I disagreed with their message, but it was the fact that they went on to foreign soil and they talked shit about the sitting president of the United States, George W. Bush at the time. And it's all about like the fact that if you have your country music singers, and you're talking shit about a Republican president, it's just weird. But it is what it is. Go ahead and unmute and let's hear these clowns. Unless you guys want to hear Krista. Krista, you got anything for them?
Donald Trump. We love Donald Trump.
Yeah, pretend like you're them. Pretend like you're them.
We love Donald Trump. Look at us. Yay! Thank you for voting for Donald Trump. Bye, everybody.
All right, unmute it.
I thought they don't like that song though.
Democrats don't know
Every time
what they
Republicans
believe.
sing it, it's a problem.
Right. Democrats don't know what they believe.
Please welcome Kerry Washington.
Oh!
I have no idea who she is.
Yay! I'm so happy.
Test, test, test. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you.
Okay.
Welcome to the final night of the Democratic National Convention. The last 3 nights have been extraordinary. And tonight, we hear from our next president, Kamala Harris. Now, as I stand here, I know that there are folks on social media already saying, go back to your TV show, shut up and act. But I am not here tonight as an actor.
I can promise you
I
they
am
are not
here
saying that. They're
as
talking
a
about your
mother,
forehead.
as a daughter, as a proud union member. I'm here. I am here as the granddaughter of immigrants, as a Black woman descended from enslaved people. I am here tonight because I am an American and because I am a voter and because we, the people, are stronger when all our voices are heard. Look, I know that I am the one standing on this stage, but I am not the lead character in this story. You are. All of you. You are the messengers. You are the fixers. Dare I say it, you are the Olivia Popes.
Where's Matt Walsh in the
You are
crowd?
the superheroes saving this democracy. It is you, not me, who have the greatest power to convince your loved ones to vote. So, just like Michelle Obama told us, let's do something. Let's make a video. Everybody take out your phones.
Oh no.
Everybody take out your phones. We're gonna make a moment. Can somebody bring me my
they're
phone?
so cringy.
A TikTok?
They're
I
so
wanna capture this
cringy.
historic
What is
moment
wrong
and
with
share
them?
it with the people that we love.
Oh, this is so fucking bad. They have no idea.
Are they gonna make a TikTok?
I guess they're probably gonna try. Oh my god.
Take this video, guys. We're all going to take it together. We're going to post it to social media, text your friends, send this message out into the world. When I say when we fight, you're going to say, are you ready? Okay, let's record. We're recording. You ready, Tony?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, ready? When we fight. When we fight. When we fight.
Oh my
Are
god.
you ready for Kamala Harris to win? Good, because when Kamala wins, America wins. We did it! We did it, Joe.
Nobody
Thank you,
gives
Tony.
a fuck.
No, you gotta go.
Did she just pull the "we did it"
Bye,
Joe,
everybody.
and
Tony
literally
Baldwin,
no
ladies and
one,
gentlemen.
no one got it, no one picked up on it?
Okay, so listen. It's come to my attention that there are some folks who struggle or pretend to struggle with the proper pronunciation of our future president's name.
Like Bill Clinton?
So,
Like Bill Clinton?
hear me out. Confusion is understandable. Disrespect is not. So tonight, we are going to help everyone get it right.
This man had
Here
a
to
mask
help
on.
me are some very special guests.
Dude, they are
Thank you, ladies. Can
desperate.
you tell us your names?
Hello, everybody. My name's Amara. And my name is Leela, her little sister.
And what are you here to do?
To teach you how to say your auntie's name.
Okay. So, how do you pronounce it?
First, you say comma like a comma in a sentence. Then you say la like la 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 la.
Put it together, and it's 1, 2, 3.
Trump! Oh, sorry.
All right, so let's practice. Let's practice.
Everybody.
Hang on. I didn't understand it. Hang on.
Everybody over here, say comma.
Shura.
Everybody over here, say la.
Ha.
Together.
This is so bad. Oh,
I hear Trump. I don't know.
President!
I'm gonna die from cringe. I'm gonna die from cringe. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. How can it get worse? I would rather watch The Acolyte.
I'm sorry, but it's been canceled.
Oh my God.
I know. I was so upset. They took the merch down.
This is terrible.
I don't know what to spend my money on.
Please
now.
welcome Mina Harris, Ella Emhoff, and Helen Hudlin.
Hi, I'm Mina.
I'm Ella. And I'm Helena.
Is this?
I grew up in Oakland, California, in a house full of extraordinary women. My mom, my grandma, and my auntie, who showed me the meaning of service, helping her sister, a 17-year-old single mom, fighting for justice for the American people, and still cooking Sunday family dinner. She guided me. Now she's guiding my own children, and I know she'll guide our country forward.
Kamala came into my life when I was 14. Famously a very easy time for a teenager. Like a lot of young people, I didn't always understand what I was feeling. But no matter what, Kamala was there for me. She was patient, caring, and always took me seriously. She's never stopped listening to me, and she's not going to stop listening to all of us.
Kamala Harris is my godmother. To me, her advice means everything. Whether it's pursuing my passions, making an impact, or finding hope when the world doesn't feel so hopeful. She taught me that making a difference means giving your whole heart and taking action.
She's fighting for economic opportunity, LGBTQ+ equality,
Not yet, but I'm closer than I've ever been.
reproductive freedom, because we are not going back.
She's fighting for social justice, health justice, environmental justice. And she isn't alone. We're all in this fight together.
So let's keep up the fight. Let's keep up the joy.
And let's elect this extraordinary woman as our next president.
Please welcome actor and comedian D.L. Hughley.
Hey now, hey Chicago, how y'all doing? What's happening in California? No, wait.
Nobody knows who the
AKAs at?
fuck
Where
you
they
are,
at?
Hughley. Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
You know what? In 3 months, ain't gonna be no living with y'all. I can tell you this. I don't blame Donald Trump for not wanting to debate Kamala. I've been married to a black woman for 40 years and I ain't won one debate. I'm owing 93,000. Now, of course, Trump is saying that Kamala isn't black. I guarantee you this, Kamala's been black a lot longer than Trump's been a Republican. And if he keeps sliding in the polls the way he is, the only way he can keep Kamala out of the White House is if he buys it and refuses to rent it to her.
You really wanted
course,
that one to
Kamala
land
gets
so
broad
much better.
support.
He
They
wanted
got
that one to
black men
land
for
so much
Kamala,
better. Oh,
white
he
men for
wanted-
Kamala, Latinos and Asians for Kamala. They even have Republicans for Kamala. Republicans for Kamala. I guess Donald Trump will finally know what it's like when you get left for a younger woman. But seriously, Kamala knows the truth about the American dream, that hard work is not alone enough. Hard work alone is not enough to succeed, that you need access and information and opportunity. And she knows that some folks are often denied those very things. As president, she will give each and every one of us a fair shot in life. But I have to admit, I didn't always believe that. I mean, if you told me the 15-year-old me would be on stage supporting a prosecutor and a teacher, there is no way that I would have believed you. But because of that, I made assumptions about Kamala's record. And I often repeated them to a lot of people.
Thank you guys
Then
for the
one day,
gifties.
Kamala invited me to her
Babo,
house.
Yogi, and Eric.
She put her hand on my
appreciate you.
shoulder and she asked me to do
I'm
some
literally
research.
dying right
Something
now.
I had never
this
done.
Is awful. This is
something
this is
a lot of
terrible.
people I know had never done before. Imagine attacking someone's character without a single Google search. So I did what I should have done in the first place. I learned that she had done for us exactly what she promised to. I believe that your apology should be as loud as your accusation, and I'm here apologizing in front of the whole damn world. I was wrong, and I'm so very glad I was wrong, because Kamala, you give me hope for the future, a future where my grandchildren, Nola and Stevie, had the freedom to control their own bodies, where they have the opportunity to go as far as their wits and their talents would take them. That future, ladies and gentlemen, is possible, but only if we elect Kamala Harris as the 47th President of the United States of America. I will say this to you, the best piece of advice I've ever gotten in my entire life is you don't have to know what you will do, just know what you won't. And we won't go back.
Energy in this room is electric.
No, the fuck, it's
and
not.
you can feel it everywhere,
Holy
all
shit.
over the country.
No, it's
in the
not.
coming weeks, I want us to find ways to maintain this energy and this joy and this commitment.
If you would like to do that, just go to a Trump rally.
There will be days when the work ahead seems impossible. And when that happens, I know what I do. I get involved. I get engaged. I ask myself, how can I be of service to my community? Because community is why we do this. Am I right? Yes, we do this for our children, for our parents, for our teachers and care workers who treat our loved ones like their own. We do this for working families who make this country thrive. We do this for the planet and for each other. We do this for justice and for peace and for democracy. And as we are about to hear, we do this for the safety of our communities.
Please welcome Genesee County, Michigan Sheriff Chris Swanson.
My job is to protect people, all people. In 2020, righteous anger spilled over into the streets of Flint, Michigan.
Oh my God.
One bad decision from either side, and there would have been bloodshed.
The chat is
But
my
that didn't
spirit
happen.
animal right now. Okay.
We laid down our riot gear and we embraced the community. And instead of hate, we chose hope. On January 6th, the opposite occurred. That day was paved with division, deceit, and denigration. Police officers were attacked that day. It could have been stopped. We need a leader who will embody what's affixed to all three sides of my sheriff patrol cars: protect, serve, and unify.
Mute it. Oh, 4 Trump clips in a row for a 50 gifted. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Of course there. Okay, let's pick 4 good Trump clips. Let's see what we've got here. Let's do. Well, can it be a Donald Trump Jr. one? Because this one's one I haven't played in a while, and it's not really Donald Trump Jr., but it's referencing Donald Trump Jr. This is old but gold. Here we go. Hide the comment right now. So here we go. And here we go.
On Friday, I was about to go get dinner for my kids when Donald Trump Jr. attacked me in his speech at CPAC. Something about me looking like a gender-neutral potato head.
Okay, that was so good. That was so good. All right, here we go.
To call Biden a criminal. Why is that?
He is a criminal. He's a criminal. He got caught. Read his laptop. And you know who's a criminal? You're a criminal for not reporting it. You are a criminal for not reporting it. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for a long time. And you're a criminal in the media for not reporting it. Good luck, everybody. Have a good.
All right, that's 2. Here's 3.
No, get those lights off. Off. Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights.
And last but certainly not least.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm going to do it.
Do not come.
I'm going to come.
You gotta do one. Oh, there it is.
What one? Which one?
I was gonna say you gotta do one more because the
All right, here.
first one, but Brock just dropped 50.
50 gifted memberships from Brock, saving the entire chat, by the way. The chat was like, dude, this is so bad. This is so bad. Thank you, Brock. You are the man. Let's see. And of course, just for good measure, one of our favorites around here.
I just feel like a young man. I'm so young. I can't believe it. I'm the youngest person. I am a young, vibrant man. I look at Joe. I don't know about him. I don't know. Macho man.
I am a young, vibrant man. That's the most Trump thing ever to say. It's a young, vibrant man. It's so great. Kelly R in the house. You might know I've been saving for a new roof and the price is crazy. Then Kamala called me. She said, girl, buy it now. Because if I get elected, that shit's going to cost twice as much. It made me feel like... Shout out, Kelly. I do know you've been saving for that roof. Thank you, Kelly.
It ain't cheap. No,
it ain't cheap at all. Man, thank you, Brock. Thank you. You're the man. Let's see. I guarantee you that the Democrats 100% asked The Rock to show up tonight, and I'm guessing he declined. Oh no, a gun violence speech. Unmute it.
Representative Lucy McBath.
When I worked for Everytown for gun safety and Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, I saw firsthand the power of telling our stories. You've just heard mine, but there are many more to tell.
In the year
On December 14th,
2000.
2012, I walked into Sandy Hook School. I stopped at the office, chatted with my principal, then started my day with my second graders. Suddenly, a loud crash, like metal folding chairs falling. 154 gunshots blaring. Hiding in the coats, trying to sing with my students, trying to read to them, trying to drown out the sounds. Terror, crying, running. I carry that horrific day with me. 20 beautiful first grade children and 6 of my beautiful colleagues were killed. They
You're
should
in
still
Chicago.
be here.
You're in Chicago talking about gun violence and how it needs to stop. Also, mute it. Correct me if I'm wrong. When did Sandy Hook happen? What year did Sandy Hook happen? Wasn't it? I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong about this, but wasn't a Democrat in the White House when Sandy Hook happened?
2012. December 14, 2012.
Interesting. So the Democrat was in power, and it wasn't like he just took office. He had been in office. He'd been in office for a full term. The playing politics with children's lives is disgusting. It's absolutely sick. Playing politics with dead kids' lives on top of that. Thank you, Jeremy the Cyborg, which that's a cool ass profile picture, by the way, just because. Look at that. Unmute so we can hear it. So we can hear them politically, so they can politicize the death of children. In Chicago.
My niece, Sandy Patrice, was 22. She drove to Myrtle Beach for sun and fun and motorcycle parades. Hours later, my phone rang. Shooting on the beach. No one can find Sandy. I stayed calm. You see, my mother, Patricia Ann, had been shot and killed by an abusive partner. I was calm then too. I got to handling business. I called relatives, the police, hospitals, and I kept calling, voice steady, heartbeat pulsing. Then I was connected to the coroner. 10 years of waiting, and Sandy's murder is still unsolved. I'll keep calling, and I'll keep fighting.
Mute. Well, I want to know how many gun violence deaths we're going to have in Chicago this weekend, and if anybody actually cares. Isn't Chicago like a gun-free zone or some shit? It's obviously a blue city. Where's the Democratic outrage? Where's it at? Mute. Go ahead and let him talk.
To take another test. They say schools are for learning, and I did learn a lot that day. I learned how to run, how to hide and drop. That what happens in the news can happen to me. But I learned something else too. That we can write and must write a new story if we choose to.
Our are stories of loss. But make no mistake, our losses do not weaken us. They strengthen our resolve. We will secure safer futures that we all deserve. We will organize. We
Mute.
will advocate.
So someone on CNN, I think it was CNN, said this the other day, but 12 of the last 16 years in this country, the power dynamic has been with the Democrats. 12 of the last 16 years. So Trump had 4 years. So the other 16, of those 16 years, 12 of them, Democrats have had power. And yet it's all Trump's fault. Make it make sense. 12 of the last 16 years, Democrats have been in power, and yet apparently it's all Trump's fault. Absolutely insane. Mute or unmute.
Who won't just empathize, but will act.
Mute. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a human being. Do I sympathize with anybody who's been through tragedy? Of course, I sympathize. But it's hard to sympathize completely with someone when their entire anger is directed at the people and the party and the groups that all they care about is politicizing their tragedy and politicizing the horror that they've been through. At some point, like, you can only feel so sorry for somebody, but until they want to help themselves, you can't do anything about it. And you are literally being used based on your tragedy by the people that made all of it possible to begin with. Unmute.
Hello, fellow Americans. I'm Gabby Gifford. I was born in the great state of Arizona. I was born with grit. I grew up racing motorcycles, mucking stalls, and exploring the beautiful desert. I fell for an astronaut. For 5 years, I served in Congress from a swing district. Everybody called me a rising star. Then on January 8th, 2011, a man tried to assassinate me. He shot 19 people. He killed 6. Terrible, terrible day. I almost died, but I fought for my life and I survived. I learned to walk again, one step at a time. I learned to talk again, one word at a time. So many people helped me as I worked hard to recover, including a decent man for Delaware who always checked in. He still does. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you for everything. Joe is a great president. My friend Kamala will be a great president. She is tough. She has grit. Kamala can beat the gun lobby. She can fight gun trafficking. Kamala stood up to Wall Street and the drug company. She will protect abortion access. She will defend our freedom. She saved lives. Join me in voting for Kamala Harris. Bravo! Thank you.
So from what I hear, it sounds like Beyonce is going to be the person that introduces Kamala. I think. I mean, that's not confirmed, but just from what I'm reading.
Don't know why.
Yeah, we're not going to listen to
Harris.
that. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome into Cobra Cast. I am your co-host because we have multiple hosts here. We have Krista Nova. Hi, Krista.
I was muted. Sorry. Hello, everybody. I am here logging in, super chats, reading chats. I see you on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick.
Thank you, Krista. We got Jay Hailstorm, man of many words.
Hello.
And he's being Jay Hailstorm. So
Mhm.
make Hailstorm sing, says Babo Yoshi.
I don't think that ever happened.
All of this while they're protected by armed cops from protesters. Yes. 8 o'clock. Such a great point. Such a great point. And again, you guys know when we're doing like these reaction streams, it's hard to get. I'll get to as many as I can. Krista is logging all the super chats, so we're gonna have some massive super chat square up at some point. But I will read them as we can, as they come in. So.
Oh my gosh, Pink is there.
Pink, unmute. Oh no, don't
Never mind,
go
she's
back to
singing.
me. Please go back. I apologize for that one. That was a decision I immediately regretted right there. Holy crap. So Krista, do you have a song to sing?
I love Trump. Your turn to sing. I love Trump. He's so great. Thank you. I love Trump. He's amazing. Wow, very nice. We love Trump. He is amazing.
We do have a special message from one Joe Biden. I'm not sure if I think they were going to play this later. We do have a special message from Joe Biden, everyone. Here we go.
Because we cannot cannot win this re-election. Excuse me, we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
We cannot win the election. We can only re-elect Donald Trump.
One more time.
Because we cannot win this re-election. Excuse me, we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
Excuse me before he said, oh, excuse me, we could only re-elect Donald Trump. Everyone in the crowd is so confused. They're like, do we clap? Or, I mean, like, what is he saying?
Don't forget this beauty.
It was all about, gay bathhouses and everybody. It's all about round-the-clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
Such a weird clip. It's such a weird clip.
Listen, say what you want about Joe Biden, but he said some pretty crazy things. Oh my gosh. It's so memeable. He's basically a walking meme. And he doesn't even try.
Yeah.
Like Drunk 3PO, which speaking of which, subscribe to Drunk 3PO today because he is so close to 100K. If you've already subscribed to him, you know what? Just create a whole new account and resubscribe again.
That's right.
We got to get him to 100K before his birthday, which is this Saturday. So
we got 2 days. 2 days.
2 days. We only need 2K people to do it.
Yeah, I think we can get him there. Probably not.
Now.
Probably
Come on
not.
now. He's at 98K.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, Jay.
I mean, who doesn't want to subscribe to that? Come on now.
Oh man. And don't forget this one. I haven't played this clip in a long time with Jay.
Oh man, it was absolutely amazing.
Your face in that video, you're like,
I was so disappointed in him. I was so disappointed.
Say something, Jay. It was just absolutely amazing.
And then I knew I had to pick right back up. I was like, okay, thanks, Jay. Because so in the video, because we were out shooting, we were out there, the company. I don't even know if they're around anymore. Big Daddy, something unlimited or something. They brought us out. We shot a lot of guns. It was awesome. We had a great day. I threw it to Ryan, and Ryan just like, hey guys, we're out here. We're having a great day. Blah, blah, blah. We'll be shooting this. And I was like, thanks, Ryan. Yeah. And hey, what do you think, Jay? And he's like, oh man, it was absolutely amazing. I'm like,
I know your face. Play the video one more time so people now know the context.
Okay.
Oh man, it was absolutely amazing.
Your face, you're like, Okay. I mean, I could have said that, but right.
All right. Don't unmute. Don't unmute.
Oh, speaking of which.
Speak of the devil, he shall appear. Look who it is.
What happened?
Oh, we were talking about you. Hey, subscribe to Drunk 3PO. He's so close to 100K. Come
Yeah.
on, let's go.
Less than 2,000. Look at that.
This is why people think we actually know what we're doing. This was not.
Yeah.
This is not planned at all.
No.
What happened?
A video of yours came up, it resurfaced, and we were just talking about it because we were talking about how we should get you to 100K, and we were promoting you and your channel and you as a person, you know?
That's not what happened.
No, that is
exactly what happened.
That's 100% what happened. But then a particular clip was played.
Oh man, it was absolutely amazing.
We gave a rundown.
So we had to give him a backstory as to what happened.
And then you popped in. We're like, oh, there he is. What are you eating?
Watermelon.
All right, unmute. Let's hear what we got going on. Welcome in, Drunk 3PO.
Thank you. I was playing CFDs. I needed to play a little something.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Hello, Chicago. Hello, Democrats.
AD in the chat says Jay's videos suck.
Come on now.
Well, no.
They do so well in numbers.
So,
Yeah.
President Obama had to follow Michelle.
I'll be right back.
I had to follow Gabby and Pink.
Who was the guest speaker? Who was the surprise speaker?
Nobody yet.
Gabby
There's probably the rumor is
amazes me
Beyonce.
every single day.
I hope it's George Bush.
That's a rumor too, but it looks like
She was
Beyonce's
able to
almost
walk
been confirmed.
Out and address you tonight because she's a fighter. And thanks to a team of doctors, nurses, and especially her speech therapist. We all need a team. I've flown into space 4 times. I've flown into combat nearly 40
Trump is going live to do the play-by-play. Is that true?
Not
On Truth Social? Look into that for me,
once
Hailstorm. I know
did
he's
I do that by
tweeting
myself.
or
It
truthing or
took a
whatever you want to call it.
team to accomplish a mission. It always does. I flew in the Navy during the first Gulf War.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go live.
America
He should.
rallied our allies to kick out a tyrant who invaded a neighbor. Today, Vladimir Putin is testing whether we're still that
Mute it.
strong.
The first truth that I see from Trump, shockingly enough, this is from like 16 seconds ago.
Oh.
Thank you to Brian Kemp for all of your help and support in Georgia, where a win is so important to the success of our party and most importantly, our country. I look forward to working with you, your team, and all of my friends in Georgia to help make America great again. Damn. That's I was not expecting that one. So that was so yeah, he just made that. Literally, he just made that one.
Boss.
No, that's good. I'm glad that he's at least working with him. So we'll see. Right here, Jeremy the Cyborg says for Drunk 3PO. I
Hey.
agree with Jay.
Thank you.
Listen, respect
know
to
you
Mark the
can't see me.
Cyborg. Mark the Cyborg is the cyborg. Okay,
Mhm.
he's the cyborg. Okay,
Literally.
there we go. There, Hailstorm's not here. So
Thank you. The freak is that?
what? Jeremy the Cyborg? That's cool.
AI.
Yeah, it's like a cyberpunk. It's pretty awesome. Mark is a bro. Yes, Mark is a bro. But I am a mage. I am Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199. You know about that one, Jay?
Yeah.
Let's see the mage emojis in chat, y'all.
All right, you can unmute it.
The only suckers would be us.
Suckers.
Kamala Harris knows that standing with our allies means standing up for Americans.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
She'll keep modernizing our military to support our troops.
He tooted.
And to support our veterans like our next Vice President, Tim Walz.
Let's send them to war.
The world laughs at Trump, literally.
Okay.
But
Okay.
folks, it is not
Yeah, because he's funny.
When he was president, that meant the world was laughing at us. The threats we face are too serious. The sacrifices our service members make are too sacred. The alliances we've spent decades building are too critical. That's what's at stake now. And the choice isn't even close. But in Arizona and nationwide, this election will be.
2 people clapping?
We'll win in the same way we launch rockets into space and land fighter jets on an aircraft carrier as one team on one mission. State by state, voter by voter, coming together. No country is better than ours at solving big problems. So,
That's why you left
on November
Afghanistan?
5th, let's prove that America is still the leader the world needs today by electing the leader we need right now, Kamala Harris.
So did Don
Thank you,
Lemon get
everybody.
trolled with the Project
Thank
2025 with Matt Walsh's Project 2025?
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
I think Don Lemon got trolled with it.
Please welcome former Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta.
Oh, heck no. The Eye of the Tiger?
Yep.
My fellow Americans, I'm proud to have served in the Army, the Congress, the White House, Chief of Staff, CIA Director, and Secretary of Defense.
What kind of song would you guys want your opening to be if you had to come out on stage?
Mute it. We don't need to hear from Panetta. Well, so again, I've told this story a few times. I'm sure there's many people here that have never heard it, but I did promote professional wrestling matches back in my younger days. And I then, my intent was to never be an on-screen character, but I kind of got thrown into it because we had some people no show. So I had to become a character. And so I was the commissioner. And my theme music back in the day was Papa Roach Last Resort. So when my skinny ass comes walking out there, it was the Papa Roach Last Resort. Cut my life into pieces. But no, that wouldn't be my intro now. But
That's pretty good.
What about you, Jay? What's your intro gonna be?
He's a maniac on the floor.
I don't know. That's a good one. The good ones are like Taken, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, What's a
I would choose
Personality is awesome. Like that one is my favorite.
That is a great intro. That's CM Punk. CM Punk's.
Yeah, they already take. So is Voodoo Child. That is great. That's Hulk Hogan.
Yep. Honestly, when Hogan took Voodoo Child, though, that was a legendary move.
Oh,
man.
it was awesome.
That was a legendary move. So
I take the song from Donkey Kong 64, the rap song. That'd be
no. What's the one song that you always sing?
There's a lot I sing. What do you mean?
The one from Arthur, is that it?
That probably. Yeah, I said, hey, what a one. That's the intro for Thursday.
Sing it.
No, I don't think I would. No, I don't think I'd go. No, that wouldn't be my opening.
I know, but sing it. Chat likes when you sing that one.
You just like to make me look stupid. And I said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You can learn to laugh and play. You get along with each other. Hey.
I could see you coming out to wrestle someone with that song.
Gotta listen to your heart, listen to the beat. Yeah, totally. You're right.
Oh man. All right, let's hear what he's saying.
They can do whatever the hell they want. Kamala Harris tells tyrants, the hell you can, not on my watch.
Oh my God.
She's worked with President Zelensky to fight back against Russia. She knows that protecting their democracy protects our democracy as well. Look, Donald Trump does not understand the world. And he does not understand the service and sacrifice of our military.
Nancy Pelosi walked out yesterday and toilet paper fell off her butt. Did you see that?
Not suckers. They are not losers.
You didn't see that? Yeah, it happened.
They're heroes.
I'll send it to
You gotta show that.
You'll have to share it. You'll have to share it.
Where the heck are you, man?
Kamala Harris
Yeah.
will honor our veterans.
Got locked up. Too many Brie Larson videos. They finally got me. So I just muted it. You guys can't hear it either right now, can you? Can you guys hear this?
I don't hear it. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Muted.
So, but Chuck Schumer walking out dancing was one of the cringiest things I've ever seen.
You want to see it?
Yeah. Share it.
All right. Got to look down here.
Oh no.
It came from her pant leg. What is that?
I mean, is it a note? Oh, you're right. It came from the pants.
That's toilet paper. It just stuck to her butt and wiggled down her leg when she was walking.
Oh, that's so weird.
Dude, I'm about to throw up. That is horrible.
She just.
That is so bad, dude. Oh my God.
Jay is last one. Jay's favorite one is this one, though.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
That's probably what it was.
Oh my
Yikes.
gosh. That is horrible.
And their sacrifices. Every president, but one. So we face a critical choice. To vote for someone who stands
Maybe it was
with
a
our
pad.
military and stands up for democracy,
Hey,
or
maybe.
someone who will disrespect our heroes and undermine our democracy. My fellow Americans, there is only one choice. One choice. And let me tell you something. When she takes her oath of office, as she will this January, our allies will cheer, our enemies will fear, and we will have a commander-in-chief that we can trust.
Like in
God
Afghanistan, when
bless
you
our
just bailed
veterans,
out and left all
God
our
bless our country.
helicopters and tanks there and everything else.
The amount of lies are just unbelievable. Like, yes, all politicians lie. This is insane. I've never seen anything like it because everybody knows that nobody likes Kamala Harris.
There's no policies ever being said. It's just
I'm a dad, husband, congressman, and the proudest Arizonan you'll ever meet. But I am even prouder to be a Marine. Rah! My mom raised us alone on a secretary's salary. I slept on the floor. I worked every job I could, meat packing, construction, making pizzas. I made it to Harvard with no money or connections. Other kids were happy because they were at Harvard. I was happy because I finally had a mattress. Then I enlisted, fought alongside my brothers with Lima 325 in Iraq. They called us Lucky Lima, but our luck ran out. We saw some of the heaviest combat of the war. And when we got home, the government failed to help us readjust. We have a duty to care for our patriots who serve our nation. For the Vietnam veteran in Buckeye who relies on the VA for his medication. For the Afghan veteran in Pittsburgh who finally got treatment for his PTSD. For the Marine in Milwaukee who relies on the benefits she earned. For my Navajo brothers and sisters who serve the Marines with me, I remember you too. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are fighting for
And
them.
Orange Man Bad. Don't forget
Kamala
Orange
Harris
Man
has
Bad.
delivered more benefits to more veterans than ever before, and has achieved the lowest veterans unemployment rate in history. Vice President Harris has stood up for us and our families always. Tim Walz served for 24 years.
Timu version
His
of Dan
passion for
Crenshaw.
veterans
Holy
earned him
shit,
respect
that's good.
on both sides of the aisle, and he stands with us too. In fact, let me introduce you to some of the many
Awesome,
Democrats
Johnny.
who
Hope you have fun,
understand
buddy.
what
That's
service means, because we put country over politics. We were proud to wear the uniform. And we're proud serving our countries in city halls, state capitals, the U.S. House, and the Senate. These veterans represent the best of our country. We stand united as veterans, Democrats, and patriots to fight for everyone who serves. But politicians like Donald Trump, they don't stand with us. They call patriots like Senator McCain losers. John McCain was an American hero. Show some respect. Trump's Project 2025 will slash veteran benefits and force VA hospitals to close across the nation. Show some respect. So, for the 18-year-old who decides to enlist, for the families like mine who pray.
Terrence Williams, he tweeted out, breaking, Kamala Harris fought with her team about drinking and she went against their wishes and had a few drinks. She will be hammered during her DNC speech.
I hope so.
I do too. I absolutely hope so. It'd be the greatest thing ever if she comes out there just plastered because she's so nervous. Because let's be real, like she is. I've said I started to say this last night and I got interrupted, but you can say whatever you want about Hillary Clinton, and there's a lot to say, and she's an evil, horrible person. She was at least qualified to be in the position that she was in. Kamala Harris is not qualified to even be like a school bus driver at this point. Like, she's not qualified to be the trash person in your local neighborhood. She's an insanely stupid person. So, and what I mean on that, like Hillary Clinton had worked in government. She had been in the White House. She understood all that. I'm not saying she would be good. She would have been absolutely horrible. Thank God Donald Trump saved us. I'm taking an objective approach at it and saying, like, at least this person was competent. Kamala is not competent, and this is the most forced candidate we have ever seen in the history of politics. We've never seen a candidate that was just selected and elevated who's never accomplished anything. Like, wasn't Hillary a senator? Hillary was a senator, right? So Hillary is a New York senator, former first lady. So and obviously she worked in the Obama White House as well. Kamala Harris has done nothing. Nothing. She was a DEI vice presidential hire. Unmute.
I'm Governor Gretchen Whitmer. In Lansing, they call me governor. But in Detroit, they call me Big Gretch.
Good God.
Donald Trump called me that woman from Michigan as an insult. Being a woman from Michigan is a badge of honor. Like women across America, we just GSD.
Big
Get
Gretch.
stuff done. At 29, I joined the sandwich generation. Sandwiched between working and raising my newborn
Well, I
and
thought
caring
you'd
for
say
my
I
mom,
made sandwiches for the
who
men.
was dying from brain cancer. It was hard, but not extraordinary. It's life. Those nights reminded me who I was fighting for. People just trying to make it. Kamala Harris knows who she's fighting for, too. She took care of her mom, who also battled cancer. As president, she'll fight to lower the cost of health care and elder care for every family. She's lived a life like ours. She knows us. Donald Trump doesn't know you at all. You think he understands that when your car breaks down, you can't get to work? No.
What?
His first word was probably chauffeur.
What? When did he ever say anything like that?
You think he's ever had to take items out of the cart before checking out? Hell, you think he's ever been to a grocery store?
Good Lord.
That's
so
what the
fucking
chauffeur is
pathetic,
for.
dude. This is so fucking bad.
Rich man
Kamala
bad.
Harris,
I made myself wealthy,
gets
so I wouldn't
us.
have to do that. But now
She
I'm bad.
sees us. She is us.
I would love to never go to the grocery store again.
This woman's acting like she goes all the time to the grocery
Look,
store.
Yeah.
We've
Oh, she's
all lived
relatable. She's
through
relatable.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of history over the past few years.
Big
Floods and fires, an attempted coup, a plot, and a pandemic.
Somebody
It's
asked me, has there been
exhausting.
any energy speakers
We
tonight?
don't know what the
Nobody.
next 4 years will bring.
Mute it for a minute. There has been
what-
nobody that has captured this audience tonight. Nobody. Am I wrong about that? I mean, because again, I have no problem being as objective as I possibly can. I said Michelle Obama had a really good speech in terms of not the substance of the speech. I'm talking about catering to the crowd that is there and building energy within the room. Obama started out very strong. Hillary Clinton Hillary Clinton connected with the audience. Obama didn't finish at all, though. Obama's speech was much like his presidency, where he started out with hope and change, and he had a lot of people motivated, and by the end, everything was just a fucking shit show. That was essentially what his speech was, just like he ran the country. So yeah, I don't think anybody's really turned the needle tonight. Oprah got a ton of cheers. Go ahead, unmute.
In a crisis, we need someone strong enough to come up with a plan, to tell the truth, and to bring people together. Right now, before the crisis, is when we get to choose. Why wouldn't we choose the leader who's tough, tested?
They're just not
and
saying
a
anything. They're all
total
saying the same
badass?
thing. That's why people are bored. There's nothing there. Okay, she got claps.
I know
Whoa.
who
Mute,
I
mute,
want
mute.
as our
RFK Jr. has just withdrawn his name from the ballot in Arizona. This comes just one day before he is set to drop out completely to endorse President Trump. It's happening. That's from Nick. So I don't know how you say his name. Sortor. He's been on Timcast a few times. So that is a breaking story that was just tweeted out. I'll just retweet it. I'll just retweet it right there so you guys can check it out. So that is a breaking story. RFK Jr., according to this guy, Nick Sortor.
Oh my gosh.
So that's crazy. Who is that?
Evelyn Gloria, actress.
Oh, yeah. Tony Parker's ex. I just retweeted it, so you guys can check it out. All right, unmute.
I am so excited to be here tonight. What an honor to be part of this historic moment, and y'all are part of it. Look, I have known Kamala Harris for more than a decade, and she comes from a family a lot like mine, and I'm sure a lot like yours. We were both raised knowing that no one was going to hand us anything.
Thank you,
especially
Jeff.
as women.
Back-to-back 20s
Now, we
from
were going to
Jeff.
have to touch every
John.
rung of the ladder to get ahead. We were going to have to work really hard. Now, she worked at McDonald's, but I worked at Wendy's. And look at us now. You see, Kamala and I were able to see beyond the horizon because our families supported our big dreams. Well, guess what? As Americans, we're all part of one big family. Somos familia. And as familia, we...
Stephen Crowder tweeted out, developing... let's see. Mug Club has received multiple tips indicating that Donald Trump's special guest in Arizona tomorrow will be Robert Kennedy Jr. That is Stephen Crowder 51 minutes ago is saying that they are getting tips.
Wasn't that known?
It was heavily speculated.
He's gonna like
well, that was so yeah, I mean, the Trump campaign about 2 hours ago announced that they're going to have a special guest. And so then there's all this speculation. So it looks like it's happening. Okay. It looks like it's happening. Holy crap. Whew, it's a lot going on, boys. There's a lot going on. All right, unmute.
First female president of the United States. We're going to say, she said, puede. Our voices, our vote, we're going to decide this election. And let me tell you, the energy tonight isn't just here in Chicago, it's all across the country. People are gathered at watch parties everywhere to celebrate Kamala Harris. Say hello. Yes.
Mute it real quick.
A lot of women in those pictures.
So I will be live tomorrow covering Trump's and RFK's speeches tomorrow. RFK is set to address the nation tomorrow. I don't know if it's Central or Pacific time. It was 2 o'clock is what they reported. So I am going to be here live covering it. So can't wait. It's going to be a huge day, and they are going to take all of the fake momentum that the DNC is trying to pretend that they have, and they're going to crush it. Crush it. So again, I'm not a fan of RFK. I just want to be clear about that, but I 100% support this. Oh, we got to hear Kinzinger. Unmute. Oh, is he going to cry? Is he going to cry?
Hey, good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Adam Kinzinger, and I am proud to be in the trenches with you as part of this sometimes awkward alliance that we have to defend truth, defend democracy, and decency. I was just a kid when I was drawn to the party of Ronald Reagan, to his vision of a strong America, the shining city on a hill. I was a Republican for 12 years in Congress, and I still hold on to the label. I never thought I'd be here, but listen, you never thought you'd see me here, did you? But I've learned something about the Democratic Party, and I want to let my fellow Republicans in on the secret. The Democrats are as patriotic as us. They love this country just as much as we do.
Absolutely, 3. Absolutely. I'm excited too.
And And they are as eager to defend American values at home and abroad as we conservatives have ever been. I was relieved to discover that because I've learned something about my party too, something I couldn't ignore.
He's going to start crying
The
about Trump.
Republican Party is no longer conservative.
It's the party
it
of
has
Donald Trump.
switched its allegiance
Just listen here. It
from
comes.
the principles that gave it purpose to a man whose only purpose is himself. Donald Trump is a weak man pretending to be strong. He is a small man pretending to be big. He's a faithless man pretending to be righteous. He's a perpetrator.
Oh,
who
Newsom
can't stop
clapping
playing
over a
games.
righteous comment.
He puts on. Listen, he puts
We actually
on quite a show.
we have
but
a, we
there
have a
is
we have a
no
message
real
from
strength
Trump.
there.
I know words.
As a
I had the
conservative
best-
and a veteran,
Shit, wrong
I
one.
believe true strength
Shut up,
lies in defending the
silly
vulnerable.
woman.
It's in protecting your family. It's in standing up for our Constitution and our democracy. That is the soul of being a conservative.
I just feel
It
like he's
used
gonna
to be
bust
the
out and
soul
go,
of being
"This
a
is not
Republican."
okay."
But Donald Trump
Yeah.
has suffocated the soul of the
This is
Republican
not
Party.
Okay.
His fundamental weakness has coursed through my party like an illness, sapping our strength, softening our spine, whipping us into a fever that has untethered us from our values. Our democracy was frayed by the events of January 6th.
Oh
as Donald
my!
Trump's deceit and dishonor led to a siege on the United States
This is
Capitol.
a problem with the Republican
That
Party
day,
right
I
now.
stood
They're
witness to a
spineless
profound
whips
sorrow.
that just
The
like they get
desecration of our
loud.
sacred tradition of
They
peaceful
never
transition
stand
of
up for it. They're
power.
like, when we're conservative,
by
we
a
want to
man
help.
too
All right, give us
fragile,
this. Okay, don't
too
be mad
vain,
at us.
and too weak.
This
to
sums up
accept
the
defeat.
Republican Party right now. This guy. Sorry, that's just
Oh.
is.
It does. You're right.
How can a party claim to be patriotic if it idolizes a man who tried to overthrow a free and fair election? How can a party claim to stand for liberty if it sees a fight for freedom in Ukraine, an attack pitting tyranny against democracy, a challenge to everything our nation claims to be, and it retreats, it equivocates, it nominates a man who is weirdly obsessed with Putin, and his running mate who said, quote, "I don't care what happens in Ukraine." Yeah, and he wants to be vice president. Yeah. How can a party claim to be conservative when it tarnishes the gifts that our forebears fought for? Men like my grandfather, who served in World War II.
I'm sure
who
they're happy
believed in
sending
a
all our
cause
money to
bigger than
Ukraine.
himself,
What
Mute.
the
and he risked
freak,
his
man?
Yeah. God.
He doesn't care about Ukraine. Maybe y'all should stop caring about Ukraine so much and care about America and the American people.
Yep.
What the freak, man? I hate that my money, your money, everyone who lives in America's money's going over there. I hate it. When
Yeah,
you can just walk down the street and go, we could use a couple things fixed around here.
Well, Democratic Party's having an impact. Skywalker DFS says, I've never had a drink in my life before Monday. Thanks to Jeremy. I'm now a raging alcoholic after all watching all this week. Hi, Krista. God bless her.
Hi, thank you.
The DNC sending people to
You
alcohol.
care about Ukraine so much, yeah. Why don't you just pick up and move there, and then look around and go, "This is not okay. It's just not."
Oh man! All right, unmute this.
And
clown.
democracy. And she is dedicated to upholding all three in service to our country. Whatever policies we disagree on pale in comparison with those fundamental matters of principle, of decency, and of fidelity to this nation.
Basically saying, I don't like mean tweets.
Listen, to my fellow Republicans,
Oh God.
if you still pledge allegiance to those principles, I suspect you belong here too. Because
My fellow Republicans, those that have no dick.
Because
this is where you
democracy
need to
knows no
be.
party.
Sorry, Krista. This is where you need to be.
It's a living, breathing ideal that
Holy
defines us as a
crap, this
nation.
guy.
It's the bedrock that separates us from tyranny. And when that foundation is fractured, we must all stand together, united, to strengthen it. If you think those principles are worth defending, then I urge you, make the right choice. Vote for our bedrock values and vote for Kamala Harris. God bless you.
What a cuck. What a cuck. Loser. But I mean, that literally no one's surprised
Please
by
welcome lawyer, policy advocate, and sister of the vice president, Maya Harris.
A lot of pantsuits.
Hello, Chicago. In 1958, a 19-year-old from India left the only country she'd ever known to chart her own path in America. She came here to pursue an education, but she stayed here to build a life. Her name was Dr. Kamala Gopalan Harris. But we called her Mommy. Mommy was so many things to so many people. A civil rights activist, a scientist, a devoted mother to her two little girls. But most of all, Mommy was a trailblazer who defied the...
Is this why people drink?
Yeah.
Like, I've never been this close in my life.
It's exactly why.
This is so bad. Like, I look at the energy right now. Like, we're all excited because of what's going to happen tomorrow.
No policy, man.
With
It's
Trump
just
and
home
RFK.
story. Yeah, it's just like home video stories. And Trump is bad.
Yeah, Trump
That's it.
bad, abortion good, and Kamala is the greatest human being that has ever existed in the history of existence. And that just started about 3 weeks ago, apparently. She wasn't great before then, but she was suddenly great now. And no one believes this. Like, no one on this stage believes any of this shit. This is a well-oiled machine that has been just fed propaganda, and they've been paid very well to say all this bullshit. Like, go look at her numbers when she tried to run for president. She couldn't even like qualify. No one likes her. She's incredibly unlikable. Now, the thing here is I want to know, and I think I heard Jesse Waters say this today, and he made a really good point. Because again, you can say what you want about people. Barack Obama, 2004. Barack Obama came out to the Democratic National Convention, and he gave a speech that people still talk about to this day. That's what put him on the map, was his speech in 2004. And everybody was talking about it. Oh, man, this guy was passionate. He was a great speaker. Whatever. You know, all of these key people have their key moments within history. Name anything that is iconic for Kamala. Name a speech. Name a moment. Name any public appearance she's ever made that anyone references. Name it. There isn't. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can reference. None at all. What are you laughing about?
Krista, don't look at that. It's for Jeremy.
Where? What'd you do? Oh, in the private chat? Is that ABF?
Yeah.
Well, we can't share that one on stream. Hail Alec Baldwin's finger. If you guys want, you can look up Alec Baldwin's finger's Twitter, and you can go look at it. I'm sure Moz will drop a link to it. Oh, I'm sorry, his X account. Okay, President Trump is now tweeting. It's X.
He is.
All right, it's X. Okay, Twitter banned President Trump. X brought him back. Somebody sent me that super chat the other night. Okay, thank you, Jessica. Appreciate it. All right, unmute.
She knows the measure of our success isn't just winning an election. It's about who we bring along and lift up in the process. And so as I look out at all of you today and take in this incredible moment, I so wish that mommy could be here tonight. I can just see her smiling, saying how proud she is of Kamala. And then, without missing a beat, she say, that's enough, you got work to do. She would tell all of us to roll up our sleeves and get to work, to elect a leader who sees the potential in each of us, a leader who cares for all of us, a leader who fights for every one of us. Our Democratic nominee, my big sister, the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Nothing, man. Just home video.
Look how mad she looks walking off stage. She was like, God, thank God it's over.
Please welcome North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper.
Oh my God, why is he walking like that? What's wrong with him? Why do you walk like that? What's happened
Hello,
to him?
America. I'm Roy Cooper, the last guy standing between you and the moment we're all waiting for. So I'm going to get right to it. All week, you've heard stories about my friend Kamala. I want to take you behind the scenes of one of them. 2011 was a rough time for American homeowners. Hundreds of thousands were losing their homes to illegal foreclosure. I was Attorney General in North Carolina, while Kamala had just become California's. All the AGs were close to a settlement with the big banks, and it was a pretty good deal.
Kelly freaking R for a proper 199. You guys know what happens when we get a proper 199 around these parts, don't you? Do you know what happens?
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Thank you, Kelly R. Yeah, there we go. So is everything okay with for your friend? Is your friend okay? Is something happened? I want to get proper context on this. So let us know, Kelly. And you don't have to super chat when you say it. One of the mods will tell me what you said, or we'll try to highlight it one. But everything okay with your friend Hayden?
Bro, sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'm going to share this. Joe Biden just tweeted, just spoke to Kamala. We can't wait to watch her acceptance speech. You want to see the most set up photo op in history? They literally pulled this table out somewhere and stuck a TV on it. They put a remote in Biden's hand. Jill.
Why is he holding the remote? Why is he holding the remote?
Jill is not even looking at the TV. They literally let's just do a photo op, and say you're standing there in your living room. Let's wheel the TV out in front of the fireplace and put the remote in your hand so you could watch.
Why?
Holy crap. This is awful. You would think they would do a better job. I would accept it more if he was sitting on the couch with a big bowl of ice cream and the TV there in front of him. I would accept that. This is such a fakie. They probably took this picture a week ago. Oh my God, this is awful.
Awful. Absolutely ridiculous. Did Kelly R respond? Chat, just let me know if Hayden's okay. Let's see.
I think the remote is upside down.
Huh?
Oh my God, the comments are hilarious.
Kelly R says, isn't Hayden's wife sick, or did I get the name wrong? Oh, you meant Willie Will. Willie Will. That's who it is. So that's what you meant. Okay, that's what you meant. Hayden Wayne, no. Willie Will, yes. So that's who you meant. That's who you meant. So Willie Will super chatted us last night. We have not heard from Willie Will today. Willie Will informed us that his wife was in ICU and was not expected to make it through the night. I have not heard anything from Willie Will, so I'm hoping the best, but I guess we will get that update. But yeah, prayers to Willie Will, and no worries, Kelly R. No worries. Yeah, that was last night. He informed us of that. All right, unmute it.
Are we gonna vote? Are we gonna win?
What the freak? Did his voice just crack?
We are. Let's go get him.
Did anybody hear that high-pitched whistle?
I know. I heard it.
Are we gonna win? Now look at him walk off the stage. Oh my God! Was that a voice? Was I the only one that heard that?
Kelly, I'm on a stream with a man named Drunk 3PO, and trust me, getting a name wrong or a word wrong, that's par for the course with us.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, you're all good, Kelly. You're all good. So yeah, it's Willie Will though. Hail Willie Will. So hopefully we'll hear from Willie Will.
Yeah, he honked like a freaking honky.
Yeah. What?
I don't know what to say. Is that a bad word?
It's just you. It's just, dude. I was watching you and Ryan daily, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, it's like when you were like, Jay, you asked him about like an EU book, and Ryan answered. And it was just like,
he's like, that's it.
Is that it? Do you have anything? All right, unmute it so we can hear this.
That is Kamala. She can't help herself from standing up for people and standing up for what she thinks is right. She has been that way our whole lives. Being a protector is what led her
I can't
to become
take
a
it. Whenever Willie does show back up in the chat though, Kelly, I'll let him know you were sending some good vibes out there for him. So we really appreciate that. Yeah, I can't take it, man. Like I have never seen anything like what we're witnessing with this elevation of Kamala Harris. Like, I can't believe it. It's absolutely insane. And there's no way, like, in my mind, like, I can't in any way, shape, or form believe that she has a real chance. Although she doesn't have a real chance, but we all know what the Democrats will do. And so that's why this thing tomorrow with RFK, if it happens, which it looks like it will happen, is monumental to what we're looking for here. Because as I've said, I'm not a big fan of RFK myself, but I'm about to be his biggest fan if he drops out and endorses Trump. And then hopefully, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have said like they want Trump to give him a cabinet position, or maybe give him like put him in charge of the CIA or something like that. I don't know what Trump's plan is from that perspective, but I guess we'll see. All right.
Jason Whitlock says, I think Diddy's going to be the special guest speaker and performer at tonight's DNC.
What was that, vote or die campaign or whatever he
die.
did? Yeah. Oh,
Vice
man.
President of the United States. She cast the tie-breaking vote to deliver urgent relief to the American people during the pandemic. She beat Big Pharma to lower prescription drug costs and cap the cost of insulin, and led the fight to restore reproductive rights after Roe v. Wade was overturned.
We have worked too hard and fought too long to see our daughters grow up in a world with fewer rights.
You know what?
than
Mute
our
it. So
mothers.
this is the most interesting thing here. How are they gonna? Because I'm sure that they have been in her head and like, you have to go out there. You have to be calm, stern, cool, collected. You can't go out there laughing like a hyena the whole time. I'm kind of fascinated to watch this shit show of a speech and how she's going to pull it off. Is she going to be able to fake
Is she coming up next?
I don't know if she might be
Who's
coming
the
up next.
special guest? They're like,
Beyonce is the rumor, but this looks like the lead in to her. But
Hollywood Reporter just posted that a representative for Beyonce says the singer will not attend the 2024 DNC.
Oh, okay. All right. Unmute. We'll see.
The
'cause
report
again-
of the performance is untrue. She will not be there.
Okay. Sweet.
They just
We
lie?
stand for the people,
Yes, sir.
and we
Well, no, that was
stand
just
for the
rumors.
dignity of work. And
No, I'm
we
just saying, like,
stand
there's
for
no
freedom.
special-
We stand for justice. We stand for equality, and
This.
so we will fight for all of it.
That's who Kamala Harris is. That's what she believes. And that's what she'll fight for.
Taylor
every
Swift was a
day.
rumor, and George W. Bush was a rumor as well.
I hope it's Bush.
Oh, I hope George W. Bush shows up. That honestly will be that will just help Trump.
Yeah.
So Beyonce was just a rumor. It appears she was just a rumor.
So according to the Hollywood Reporter, that's
Right.
you know.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right, unmute.
Please welcome the Democratic nominee for president, Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
That's okay.
Nope. There was nobody to introduce her? Oh my. Wow. That's it? That's it?
She wasted.
Are you kidding me? This is bad. Wow. No build up, no next. Wow. Like, you remember when Dana White came out? Dana White came out there and brought the house down to introduce Donald Trump. It was incredible. This was bad. And in all reality, this should have been, and what I'm saying is, like, from an optics standpoint, should have been Joe Biden. It should have been Joe Biden.
Why is she's going to a funeral?
Good evening.
The crowd starts to leave because no Beyonce to sing. Where's Megan Thee Stallion? We're out of here.
Can you bump it up any? Or is that as loud as it'll go? That's it? Okay.
That's it.
I think the volume went down. Oh my God, she's so unlikable.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
It's your time.
Man.
It's your time, Queen.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is so fucking bad. Holy shit.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
So they've been sitting bored for like 4 days. So I guess all their energy's pent up.
Okay, we got to get to some business. We got to get to some business. Okay, thank you all. Okay. Thank you, 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 please, thank you, please, thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay, let's get to business. Let's get to business.
This is
all right. So
This
let
is
me
fucking
start
horrible. This is
by
fucking
thanking
horrible.
my most incredible husband, Doug.
I won't take his
for
last
being an
name.
incredible partner to me, an incredible father to Cole and Ella, and happy anniversary, Dougie.
Dude, she cannot command a room.
love
She
you so
can't
very
do it.
much.
She has no
To
presence.
our President Joe Biden,
Who's watching with the remote upside down?
when I think about the path that we have traveled together, Joe, I am filled with gratitude. Your record is extraordinary, as history will show, and your character is inspiring.
And Doug and I love you and Jill and are forever thankful to you both. And to Coach Tim Walz, you are going to be an incredible vice president.
Jesus, this is so bad.
And
This
to
looks
the
like a Disney
delegates
movie
and
where it's got the
everyone
first
who
female
has put
president.
your faith in our campaign, your support is humbling. So, America, the path that led me here in recent weeks was no doubt unexpected. But I'm no stranger to unlikely journeys. So, my mother, our mother, Kamala Harris, had one of her own. And I miss her every day, and especially right now. And I know she's looking down smiling. I know that.
Check
So my
Overcast chat,
mother
Jeremy.
was 19 when she crossed the world alone, traveling from India to California with an unshakable dream to be the scientist who would cure breast
Holy crap.
cancer. When she finished school, she was supposed to return home to a traditional arranged marriage. But as fate would have it, she met my father, Donald Harris, a student from Jamaica. They fell in love and got married, and that act of self-determination made my sister Maya and me. Growing up, we moved a lot. I will always remember that big Mayflower truck packed with all our belongings, ready to go to Illinois, to Wisconsin.
Mute for a minute. Donald Trump says, I'll be doing a call in to Brett Baer and the group after her speech. They'd like to know what I thought. I will be very honest in my assessment. So if we can find that, if we will have that covered here. So Donald Trump doing a live call in to give his honest opinion on her speech. Unmute.
Hey, stay close. But my father would say, as he smiled, run, Kamala, run. Don't be afraid. Don't let anything stop you.
More home video.
From my earliest years, he taught me to be fearless. But the harmony between my parents did not last. When I was in elementary school, they split up. And it was mostly my mother who raised us. Before she could finally afford to buy a home, she rented a small apartment in the East Bay. In the Bay, you either live in the hills or the flatlands. We lived in the flats. A beautiful working class neighborhood of firefighters, nurses, and construction workers, all who tended their lawns with pride. My mother, she worked long hours, and like many working parents, she leaned on a trusted circle to help raise us. Mrs. Shelton, who ran the daycare below us and became a second mother. Uncle Sherman, Aunt Mary, Uncle Freddie, Auntie Chris, none of them family by blood, and all of them family by love. Family who taught us how to make gumbo, how to play chess, and sometimes even let us win. Family who loved us, believed in us, and told us we could be anything and do anything. They instilled in us the values they personified: community, faith, and the importance of treating others as you would want to be treated, with kindness, respect, and compassion. My mother was a brilliant, 5-foot-tall brown woman with an accent. And as the eldest child, As the eldest child, I saw how the world would sometimes treat her. But my mother never lost her cool. She was tough, courageous, a trailblazer in the fight for women's health, and she taught Maya and me a lesson that Michelle mentioned the other night. She taught us to never complain about injustice, but do something about it. Do something about it. That was my mother. And she taught us, and she also taught us, and never do anything half-assed. And that is a direct quote.
This is not a president of the United States of America.
direct quote.
What the fuck are we watching right now?
I grew up
This is
immersed in
bad.
the ideals
This
of the
is
civil
terrible.
rights movement. My parents had met at a civil rights gathering, and they made sure that we learned about civil rights leaders, including the lawyers like Thurgood Marshall and Constance Baker Motley, those who battled in the courtroom to make real the promise of America. So at a young age, I decided I wanted to do that work. I wanted to be a lawyer. And when it came time to choose the type of law I would pursue, I reflected on a pivotal moment in my life. You see, when I was in high school, I started to notice something about my best friend, Wanda. She was sad at school.
Did you call her?
And there were times she didn't want to go home. So one day I asked if everything was all right. And she confided in me that she was being sexually abused by her stepfather.
And what did you do?
And I immediately told her she had to come stay with us, and she did.
Leader.
This is one of the reasons I became a prosecutor, to protect people like Wanda, because I believe everyone has a right to safety, to dignity, and to justice. As a prosecutor, when I had a case, I charged it not in the name of the victim, but in the name of the people. For a simple reason. In our system of justice, a harm against any one of us is a harm against all of us. And I would often explain this to console survivors of crime, to remind them, no one should be made to fight alone. We are all in this together. And every day, in the courtroom, I stood proudly before a judge and I said 5 words: Kamala Harris for the people. And to be clear, my entire career, I've only had one client, the people. And so, on behalf of the people, on behalf of every American, regardless of party, race, gender, or the language your grandmother speaks, on behalf of my mother,
I accept.
and everyone who has ever set out on their own unlikely journey, on behalf of Americans like the people I grew up with,
I accept.
people who work hard, chase their dreams, and look out for one another, on behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth, I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
Huh?
This is so bad. Like, I'm actually happy that this is so bad. He's crying, Gavin Newsom.
She didn't even say anything.
And with this election, our nation with this election has a precious, fleeting opportunity to move past the bitterness, cynicism, and divisive battles of the past, a chance to chart a new way forward. Not as members of any one party or faction, but as Americans. And let me say, I know there are people of various political views watching tonight, and I want you to know, I promise to be a president for all Americans. You can always trust me to put country above party and self, to hold sacred America's fundamental principles, from the rule of law to free and fair elections to the peaceful transfer of power. I will be a president who unites us around our highest aspirations, a president who leads and listens, who is realistic, practical, and has common sense, and always fights for the American people. From the courthouse
Thank you.
to the White House, that has been my life's work. As a young courtroom prosecutor in Oakland, California, I stood up for women and children against predators who abuse them. As Attorney General of California, I took on the big banks, delivered $20 billion for middle-class families who faced foreclosure, and helped pass a homeowner bill of
Thank
rights,
you
one of the first
for the
of its
proper
kind in the
199.
nation.
I'll get back to it. Thank you so much.
I stood up for veterans and students being scammed by big for-profit colleges, for workers who are being cheated out of their wages, the wages they were due, for seniors facing elder abuse. I fought against the cartels who traffic in guns and drugs and human beings, who threaten the security of our border and the safety of our communities. And I will tell you, these fights were not easy, and neither were the elections that put me in those offices. We were underestimated at practically every turn, but we never gave up, because the future is always worth fighting for.
Mute for a second.
And that
Just want to say RIP to your two cats.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awful. Two in like a week is awful.
That's
I'm
rough,
so sorry to
man.
hear that. Pets are family. So I see everybody in the chat offering you some condolences. So just want to say RIP. All right, unmute.
the most important of our lives. It is one of the most important in the life of our nation. In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man. But the consequences of putting Donald Trump back in the White House are extremely serious. Consider not only the chaos and calamity when he was in office, but also the gravity of what has happened since he lost the last election. Donald Trump tried to throw away your votes. When he failed, he sent an armed mob to the United States Capitol, where they assaulted law enforcement officers.
Oh my God.
When politicians in his own party begged him to call off the mob and send help, he did the opposite. He fanned the flames. And now, for an entirely different set of crimes, he was found guilty of fraud by a jury of everyday Americans and separately found liable for committing sexual abuse. And consider what he intends to do if we give him power again. Consider his explicit intent to set free violent extremists who assaulted those law enforcement officers at the Capitol. His explicit intent to jail journalists, political opponents, and anyone he sees as the enemy. His explicit intent to deploy our active duty military against our own citizens. Consider
amazing amount of lies. Amazing.
the power he will have, especially after
No
the
policy,
United
just
States Supreme
orange man
Court
bad.
just
That's
ruled
it.
that he would be
You better get
immune
me in,
from
or he's
criminal
going to set your house
prosecution.
on fire and kick your cat. You might as well just say that.
Imagine Donald Trump with no guardrails.
Hell yeah, let's go. That's
And
what we
how
want.
he would use the immense
King Trump.
powers
That's what we
of
need.
the
King Trump.
presidency of the United States. Not to improve your life, not to strengthen our national security, but to serve the only client he has ever had, himself.
When he was in office, the gas prices were lower, the houses were cheaper, the groceries were cheaper.
Mute real quick.
And we know-
Hailstorm, I know you want to switch over to the Fox feed. So Nitrium says, D-Day Cover, are you reading Trump's True Social tweets? He's covering the speech live. Trump is going to do a live reaction with Brett Baer right after this. So Hailstorm, do you want to switch over real quick?
Hello?
Yeah. If not, just go ahead and unmute. Okay, there it is. All right. All right, yeah. There we go. All right, so we got the Fox News feed now. The audio's...
Going back to when Donald Trump
That's okay.
tried to cut Social Security and Medicare.
When did he ever try?
Going back to when he tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, when insurance companies could deny people with pre-existing conditions. We are not going to let him eliminate the Department of Education that funds our public schools.
Petite kids? That,
We are not going to let him end programs like Head Start that provide
doesn't
preschool
know what
and
she's talking
child care
about.
for our children. America, we are not going back.
You mean going back when other countries paid their fair share of promised money? You don't want to go back to that because we just want to give all our money away
A
from
new way forward. Forward to a future with a strong and growing middle class, because we know a strong middle class has always been critical to America's success. And building that middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency. And I'll tell you, this is personal for me. The middle class is where I come from. My mother kept a strict budget. We lived within our means, yet we wanted for little. And she expected us to make the most of the opportunities that were available to us and to be grateful for them. Because as she taught us, opportunity is not available to everyone. That's why we will create what I call an opportunity economy where everyone has the chance to compete and a chance to succeed. Whether you live in a rural area, small town, or big city. And as president, I will bring together labor and workers and small business owners and entrepreneurs and American companies to create jobs, to grow our economy, and to lower the cost of everyday needs like healthcare and housing and groceries. We will provide.
Does anyone want to let her know that
small
she's the
business
vice
owners
president
and
right
entrepreneurs
now?
and founders.
You're the
And
vice
we
president
will
right
end
now.
America's housing shortage and protect Social Security and Medicare.
Housing shortage? Did she say that?
I didn't catch that.
Now compare that to Donald Trump, because I think everyone here knows he doesn't actually fight for the middle class. He doesn't actually fight for the middle class. Instead, he fights for himself and his billionaire friends.
Oh, that.
And he will give them another
Billionaires
round
bad.
of tax breaks. that
Also,
will
here's a bunch of
add
billionaires to come tell
up
everybody
to
how great we
$5
are.
trillion to the national debt. And all the while, he intends to enact what in effect is a national sales tax, call it a Trump tax, that would raise prices on middle-class families by almost $4,000 a year. Well, instead of a Trump tax hike, we will pass a middle-class tax cut that will benefit more than 100 million Americans.
Donald Trump is trying to get rid of the IRS. What are you talking about?
Friends, I believe America cannot truly be prosperous unless Americans are fully able to make their own decisions about their own lives, especially on matters of heart and home. But tonight, in America, too many women are not able to make those decisions. And let's be clear about how we got here. Donald Trump handpicked members of the United States Supreme Court to take away reproductive freedom.
Abortion.
And now he brags about it. In his words, quote, "I did it and I'm proud to have done it," end quote. Well, I'll tell you, over the past 2 years, I've traveled across our country, and women have told me their stories.
No, you haven't.
Husbands and fathers have shared theirs. Stories of women miscarrying in a parking lot, developing sepsis, losing the ability to ever again have children, all because doctors are afraid they may go to jail for caring for their patients. Couples just trying to grow their family, cut off in the middle of IVF treatments. Children who have survived sexual assault, potentially being forced to carry a pregnancy to term. This is what's happening in our country because of Donald Trump. And understand, he is not done. As a part of his agenda, he and his allies would
Project
limit
2025.
access to birth control, ban medication abortion, and enact a nationwide abortion ban with or without Congress. And get this, he plans to create a national anti-abortion coordinator and force states to report on women's miscarriages and abortions. Simply put, they are out of their minds. And one must ask, why exactly is it that they don't trust women? Well, we trust women. We trust women. And when Congress passes a bill to restore reproductive freedom, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law.
Well, you're running on the abortion policy. That's it?
In this election,
Pretty much.
many other fundamental freedoms are at stake. The freedom to live safe from gun violence in our schools, communities,
And you'll take our
places of
guns.
worship. The freedom to love who you love openly and with pride.
And we want trans and gays.
The freedom to breathe clean air and drink clean water.
And no
and
more
live
gasoline.
free from the pollution that fuels the climate crisis.
Only electric cars.
And the freedom that unlocks all the others, the freedom to vote.
So no voting ID, just walk in and push a button. Don't worry, guys, I got you.
Have the opportunity to pass the
I'm sending a tweet out right
John
now
Lewis
about her.
Voting Rights Act and the Freedom to Vote Act.
Freedom to vote. If you're not a citizen or don't have an ID or...
And let me be clear. After decades in law enforcement, I know the importance of safety and security, especially at our border. Last year, Joe and I brought together Democrats and conservative Republicans to write the strongest border bill in decades. The Border Patrol endorsed it. But Donald Trump believes
Didn't they
a
tweet
border
out and
deal
say we never
would hurt
endorsed that?
his campaign. So he ordered his allies in Congress to kill the deal.
He ordered his
Well, I
allies.
refuse to play politics with our security. And here is my pledge to you. As president, I will bring back the bipartisan border security bill that he killed, and I will sign it into law.
Don't forget Joe to do it next week.
I know we can live up to our proud heritage as a nation of immigrants and reform our broken immigration system. We can create an earned pathway to citizenship and secure our border.
Amnesty.
This is so
And
painful.
America,
This is so
we
fucking
must
painful.
also be steadfast in advancing our security and values abroad. As Vice President, I have confronted threats to our security, negotiated with foreign leaders, strengthened our alliances, and engaged with our brave troops overseas. As Commander-in-Chief, I will ensure America always has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world.
There's 2 wars going on right now, and one of them that we're practically
our
funding.
Sacred obligation to care for our troops and their families, and I will always honor and never disparage their service and their sacrifice.
Nobody wants to join the military because of you guys that are in office. The recruit numbers are way down. Plus, you got guys in the military in charge wearing dresses.
Future on space and artificial intelligence, that America, not China, wins the competition for the 21st century, and that we strengthen, not abdicate, our global leadership. Trump, on the other hand, threatened to abandon NATO. He encouraged Putin to invade our allies. What? Said Russia could, quote, do whatever the hell they want. 5 days before Russia attacked Ukraine, I met with President Zelensky to warn him.
So Donald
about
Trump
Russia's
rules the
plan to
world and
invade.
they do whatever
I
Donald
helped
Trump
mobilize
says?
a
That's how
global
powerful.
response, over 50 countries to
Putin,
defend
do whatever
against
you want,
Putin's
okay.
aggression. As
Holy
president,
crap.
I will stand strong with Ukraine and our NATO allies.
No, man. Fix our country first.
With respect to the war in Gaza, President Biden and I are working around the clock because now is the time to get a hostage deal and a ceasefire deal done.
I've been saying that for a month.
And let me be clear, I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself And I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself.
Well, that ain't gonna go
because
over
the
well.
people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7.
Is Rachel Zegler going to vote for you
Including
now?
Unspeakable sexual violence and the massacre of young people at a music festival. At the same time, what has happened in Gaza over the past 10 months is devastating.
You can't play both
So
sides.
many innocent lives lost. Desperate, hungry people fleeing for safety over and over again. The scale of suffering is heartbreaking. President Biden and I are working to end this war such that Israel is secure, the hostages are released, the suffering in Gaza ends, and the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, security, freedom, and self-determination.
I'm so checked out on this, man. Like, it's just the amount of lies is hard to process.
I will never hesitate
They want Israel wiped off the map. How are you?
to
That
defend our forces
this is just
and our
fan
interests
service.
against Iran and Iran-backed terrorists. I will not cozy up to tyrants and dictators like Kim Jong-un who are rooting for Trump.
Yeah, because
Because,
there's
you know,
peace when he's in office.
They know he is easy to manipulate with flattery and favors.
They
know Trump won't hold autocrats accountable because he wants to be an autocrat himself. And as president, I will never waver in defense of America's security and ideals, because in the enduring struggle between democracy and tyranny, I know where I stand and I know where the United States belongs.
Now do China. Now do China. Cool story. Now do China.
So fellow Americans, I love our country with all my heart. Everywhere I go, in everyone I meet, I see a nation that is ready to move forward, ready for the next step in the incredible journey that is America. I see an America where we hold fast to the fearless belief that built our nation and inspired the world, that here in this country, anything is possible, that nothing is out of reach. An America where we care for one another, look out for one another, and recognize that we have so much more in common than what separates us. That none of
This
us,
woman is absolutely insane.
none
And I
of
hope
us
everybody
has
understands
to
that.
fail for all of us to
This woman is
succeed.
completely insane.
And that in unity there is strength. You know, our
That's
opponents
a
in this
Barack
race
Obama
are
slogan.
out there every day denigrating America, talking about how terrible everything is. Well, my mother had another lesson she used to teach. Never let anyone tell you who you are. You show them who you are.
We're going to proudly show you who we are when we vote. And it's not going to be for you.
Let us show each other and the world who we are.
Oh, we're going
and
to.
what we stand for. Freedom, opportunity, compassion, dignity, fairness, and endless possibilities. We are
You showed us who y'all were.
heirs to the greatest democracy in the history of the world.
Please
And
start
on
crying.
behalf
Such a
of
bad.
our
This is
children,
this is a
and our
bad,
grandchildren,
bad
and
moment.
all those who sacrificed so dearly for our freedom and liberty, we must be worthy of this moment. It is now our turn to do what generations before us have done, guided by optimism and faith.
I've been
to
a Trump
fight
supporter since
for this
2016, and I have never
country
been
we
more motivated to
love,
get this man
to
in
fight
office like I
for
am
the
right now.
ideals
And every single
we
person listening to this
cherish,
should have that
and
same
to
attitude right now.
uphold
You better be more motivated
awesome
than ever to vote Trump.
responsibility that comes with the greatest privilege on earth, the privilege and pride of being an American.
Pep talk.
So let's get out there. Let's fight for it. Let's get out there. Let's vote for it. And
Oh, we will.
together, let us write the next great chapter in the most extraordinary story ever told. Thank you. God
Real
bless
quick.
you, and may God bless the United States.
Yeah, mute it. Mute
Real
it.
quick. This is actual footage of Joe Biden working around the clock to end the war. Right there. Joe Biden working around the clock to end the war. All right. Thanks for letting us know. I feel
Go back to it because we're
yeah,
hopefully going to get Trump. So don't go anywhere, everybody. Apparently, Donald Trump is going to be calling in to Fox News to give his immediate live reaction to her speech. That is something Donald Trump put on Truth Social right before her speech. He will be calling into Fox News. Let's unmute and hear what they're having to say. Oh, yeah, let's not. I'm just tweeting out right now.
I had more fun watching The Acolyte than any balloons? Come on, man.
I'm just tweeting this out. I've been a Trump supporter since 2016, never wavered. I'm more motivated than ever to get him back in office.
Look at this guy's face.
Oh yeah, that's Tim. That's Walls.
They just headbutt. Oh. Yay.
This is crazy, bro. All right, tweeting this out. And I appreciate it if you guys want to retweet it. Hang on, I haven't sent it out yet. I'm looking for a good photoshopped Trump meme to put with it because that really pisses the libs off when you
Donald
show
Trump
them.
on True Soldier says, "Is she talking about me?"
That really was an absolutely awful speech. That was downright terrifying. That was terrifying. So we are currently waiting to see if we get unmute it and see what they're saying. Yeah, we can't play the music, so should be two. All right, tweet is out. Tweet is live. If everyone wants to go, if you don't have to, you could tell me go fuck myself. That's totally fine. But if you want to retweet that tweet that I just put out, and I hope everybody does feel that way because that was a terrifying speech. And the problem is you have a lot of people that are 1,000. Oh shit, I messed it up, didn't I? Yeah, I did. God dang it. Of course, I got to edit it. Thank God I've got the edit feature on here.
Come on, Jeremy.
Hey, start talking. Say something, Jay.
You just told me to shut up.
I'm
just saying.
Else should be two. All right, there, I fixed it. So Krista tweeted Mage. Is that what you tweeted, Krista?
I did. Mage. That's all I gotta say.
Mage, let's go. There's gonna be so many people that don't understand it, but it's
I
up
know.
to us. It's up to us
No.
to let the people know.
Dean Kane tweeted out, her voice sounds like this to me, a guy clawing a chalkboard.
Hey, what is that scene in Dumb and Dumber? Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? He's like, shut the fuck up. That's exactly what it was. Okay, so holy crap, Alec Baldwin's finger dropped 50 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. He don't miss. Thank you, ABF.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so right now the speech just ended. Unmute. Nothing yet. So we are waiting, and Hailstorm be looking to see if Trump is going to do that somewhere else or whatever. I do have YouTube TV, but I'm on my laptop right now, so I can't check that out. Krista, sing for us real quick.
I love Donald Trump. Mage, 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 mage. Mage, mage, mage. Let's see those mage emojis. Subscribe to Drunk 3PO. He's almost at 100K. Yay! Subscribe to Drunk 3PO today. Mage, mage, Trump 2024 all day. Yay!
Update real quick. Greg has tweeted that breaking former President Donald Trump seen leaving Walgreens bathroom moments after firing off several posts on Truth Social.
What?
If you know Greg, then you know.
Greg, yeah.
No, I know. I just find that so funny. I know Greg.
He was pooping while he was tweeting all that.
Yeah, that's gross.
So we're currently waiting to see if Trump. Let me see if he's tweeting out anything. So let me paint a picture for everybody. And yes, tomorrow's a big day because it looks like what we are looking at tomorrow from Arizona. Robert F. Kennedy is going to be dropping out of the race. He's going to do an address to the nation. He's dropping out of the race reportedly, and he is fully endorsing President Trump. President Trump is also going to be in Arizona. 2 hours later is when Trump's rally starts. Trump is teasing that he has a special guest joining him. Heavy speculation is RFK Jr. is joining President Trump at his rally tomorrow. If this happens, it will be massive. It will be mega. And that's looking like what's going to happen. So I'm really, really happy about this. I'll be live covering all of that tomorrow. That is going to be huge. And I'm trying to see what Trump is saying right now. So over on Truth. It's hard to keep up. You got Truth Social. You got X. Yes, I called it X.
That tweet from Greg is a banger, man.
It really is, dude.
Jeremy's best tweets is when he's sitting on the toilet. I'm just saying.
That's how I think everybody's. Everybody's.
You see, like Jay, I don't tweet that much, but when you see a couple, you know where I'm at. Sorry. Krista's like, ew. Boys. Oh, there's the balloons. Yeah, I was like waiting for the balloons.
Yeah, man. That was a scary speech. Scary because the amount of lies that they're willing to tell. Wrong Fox News feed. Wrong Fox News feed. Look up Fox, other Fox News feed. See if you can find it. Hailstorm. Everybody look too. See if you can find it.
Yeah.
And that's just one person in the chat saying it. So I don't know if that's true.
Did Jeremy just shush me?
Yes, I did. Because we do. Yeah, many people are saying it's the wrong feed now. Look for it. Jay, look for it. See if you can find it.
I'm looking, man.
Why looking for something live.
Huh?
I'm looking for something live.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
I ate a cookie.
Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing live right now. What channel are you guys talking about? We're on Fox News. So, yeah, we're looking right now. So they're still just doing the celebration bullshit. Trump, Fox. Yeah, I don't see anything yet.
Cookie.
That's good.
There's nothing. So, just
did you hear that, Chad? He shushed me, man. What's up with that?
It did. We're doing it live.
Look at that.
Fox News. Oh, on the cable feed. Jesus Christ. See, this is what's so fucking retarded. And I bet you don't have YouTube TV, do you? Does anybody here have YouTube TV?
YouTube TV.
I
Yes.
do, but I don't. I have to get the password from my wife.
God damn it. All right, hang on. Fucking YouTube and their Fox and their goddamn bullshit. So let's see if I'm signed in to TV. Sign in. Just you're signed into my D-Day Cobra right now, you guys. Just go to YouTube TV and sign in through my D-Day Cobra.
Okay.
Hurry up. We got all day.
So okay, I'm in your and then what?
Look for Fox News.
Yeah.
Live, and then share the feed. Hurry up.
It's the same thing we're watching right now, though.
No, the fuck it's not. Fox
says
Now.
it is.
Fox Now. Fox Now. Not Fox News. Fox
You
Now.
said-
Yes, Jeremy is.
Yeah, I see it.
Go share.
Wait a minute. Okay, but it's upcoming live.
I got it.
It was a lot of complaining. She didn't
You hear
Back it up. Can you back it up any? Yes.
talk about fracking. She didn't talk about crime. She
finished here on time. And
Well, not like back it up to like when he.
the
first
foreign
joined.
policy part of this.
Moments in this speech,
out as you could get.
yes, you were truth socialing along.
Right there. Right
the
there.
speech. What is your first reaction to it, real time tonight?
Well, the biggest reaction is why didn't she do the things that she's complaining about? All of these things that she talked about, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do everything, but she didn't do any of it. She could have done it 3.5 years ago. She could do it tonight by leaving the auditorium and going to Washington, D.C. and closing the border. She doesn't need a bill. I didn't have a bill. I closed the border and created the safest border we've ever had in the history of our country. She could have done all of these things, and she could still do them. She's got 4.5, 5 months left. She can go there right now. She can do all of the things, many of the things that she's talking about and complaining about. It was a lot of complaining. She didn't talk about China. She didn't talk about fracking. She didn't talk about crime. She didn't talk about 70% of our people are living in poverty. She didn't talk about housing, really. The trade deficit. She didn't talk about child trafficking that she's allowed to happen because she was the border czar and she presided over the weakest border in the history of our country. It's an invasion. I was there today, as you know, Brett. It's an invasion of our country taking place at our border, our southern border. It's a total invasion. And now it's starting at our northern border also through Canada. And she didn't talk about any of that because she talks, but she doesn't do. It's no action.
Exactly.
But, look, other than that, it was a nice looking room.
Mr. President, Martha McCallum here. She
Hi,
said
Martha.
that she is promising middle-class tax cuts, and she says that if you are elected, it will cost Americans $3,900 more a year in increased taxes. She's tying all of that to this Project 2025. That's where that number is coming from. What do you say to that?
Well, she knows I have nothing to do with Project 25. They throw it out. A group of people got together. They did a thing. I haven't even seen it. I don't want to see it. I told them specifically, I don't want to see it. People know where I stand. I lower taxes. She's raising taxes. She's going to give a tax increase of 4 to 5 times what people and companies are paying right now. The country will go into a depression if they do it. She didn't talk about interest rates.
That's why we
the
love
interest
Trump.
rates are now getting close to record rates.
Well, now
People
Jeremy's
can't do
laughing
business.
after he
Nobody
yelled at
can
me.
borrow money. People can't go to the American dream and buy a
I yelled
house
it.
because they can't afford the interest rates. And even if they could, the money isn't available. She didn't talk about
Is he,
any
like,
of
rubbing
that.
his cheek?
No, if she got in, look, she's a Marxist. She always
My
was.
grandpa used to
She
do that.
always will be. She's going to leave the border open. I was there today, and the Border Patrol, as you know, gave me total endorsements and all of that. I've gotten endorsed by almost every major police group in the United States. But she is a Marxist with open borders. She's not going to have any fracking in Pennsylvania. She's going to close down the oil and gas industry.
and our country is going to go bust. She didn't talk about the $35 trillion, which I was going to start paying off with liquid gold that we have right under our feet. We were going to start paying off debt, lowering taxes still further. And, you know, she wants to raise the taxes on corporations. What they're going to do is pick up and move to another country, like the pharmaceutical industry moved to Ireland and they moved to other places. Many of these industries were just they're international companies. If she raises taxes like she wants to do on companies, there go those jobs. I'm more interested in the jobs than the companies. But there go those jobs. And what's going to happen, Martha, they're going to pick up, they're going to move to another country. They're going to pick up and move to another country where they're going to be promised taxes at half the numbers that she's talking about and more than that.
Mr. President, on the issue of immigration, Vice President Harris, like many Democrats in this hall throughout this week, have used the bipartisan Senate bill and your efforts to lobby Republicans not to move forward with that, to use the issue in this election as part of this speech. She said she will sign that bipartisan bill. She, to your point, doesn't talk about executive orders that could have been launched in the beginning of the Biden administration. But how do you respond to that? And are you ready to debate Kamala Harris on September 10th, given what you heard tonight?
Well, number one debate on September 4th at Fox, and she turned it down. Because as you know, Brett, I was willing to debate with you and Martha. I was going to debate on September 4th. She turned it down. And I'm willing to debate on, I don't like ABC. I think ABC is probably the worst of the group. But I'm willing to do ABC. I was willing to do CNN with Joe Biden, and you saw what happened there. I mean, CNN does not treat me or Republicans very good. But I was willing to do it because it was the only way I could get to debate him and ask him how that turned out. But look, I am willing to debate, and I think we should do much more than one debate. But you know better than anybody, I'm ready, willing, and able because I told you yes, and she turned you down.
And on the immigration issue?
On the immigration, it's very simple. The bill was horrible. It would have allowed millions of people to pour into our country. Would have been horrible. It was a horrible bill. It was a joke. She doesn't need a bill. I didn't have a bill. I closed the border. I had the safest border in the history of our country. I closed it up. As president, now she'll have to get Joe to do it, but she could probably have a lot to do with that, right? Now Joe's missing. He's on a beach in California. But you know what? All she has to do, or all he has to do, is say, I want to close the border. The border is closed as of now. They don't need bills. They don't want to close the border. I stood at the border today in 100-degree weather,
Saying hi
and
to
I
you,
will tell
Krista.
you, it's a dangerous place. And I was being told by Secret Service and a lot of other law enforcement, sir, it's really dangerous here. I think it's time to leave. You wouldn't believe the things that I saw at that border. She's the border czar. Now she wants to deny that, but she's the border. In any event, she was in charge of the border. She's the worst border czar in the history of the world. There's never been a border so unsafe as this one. 20 million people have poured into our country, many of them from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylum, and record number of terrorists. And other countries are releasing their prisoners from their jails. They're emptying out their jails into the United States of America because of her incompetence and her bad border policies. She is a horrible, horrible person to run
You're not going to
this
stop
country.
him.
We won't have a country if she gets elected.
Let me ask you this, sir. There's been a huge appeal and momentum for women voters. She's trying to pull the youth vote, the Hispanic vote, the black vote back in her
What's in the
direction.
background?
Polls show that
What
she's
is
having
that?
some success in that at this point. So what are you going to do? What's your strategy to rebuild the momentum that you had with those voters?
No, she's not having success. I'm having success. I'm doing great with the Hispanic voters. I'm doing great with black men. I'm doing great with women because women want safety. They want safety. And they don't have safety when they have somebody allowing 20 million people into our country, many of them very dangerous people. No, it's only in your eyes that they have that, Martha. We're doing very well in the polls. We're leading in most of the polls. And in the swing states, we're leading in almost every one of them.
Mr.
In
President, let me
Michigan,
interrupt.
the auto workers are voting for me
You're
because
good, but you
you're
ain't
not going to
stopping
have
him.
an auto industry if she gets elected.
Mr.
They're going
President,
to
two
all
quick
electric
things.
cars. All electric cars are going to be made in China. And you're not going to have, you literally will not have an auto industry. The United Auto Workers ought to be ashamed of themselves. They sold the workers down the tubes.
Two quick things as we wrap up here, Mr. President. Tomorrow, do you expect to be endorsed by Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? And are you making a specific effort in Georgia to make up, if you will, with the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp?
Well, I just saw Brian on a very good man. Did you ever hear of a man named Sean Hannity? And he was interviewed by Sean Hannity. And he was very nice, and he said he wants Trump to win, and he's going to work with me 100%. And I think we're going to have a very good relationship with Brian Kemp. And that was on just before you people went on with that speech that we just listened to.
And RFK Jr.?
It just happened. And as far as RFK, I've had a great relationship with him over the years. I respect him. He respects me. I have no idea if he's going to endorse me. I know he's got a news conference. We happen to be in the same state. Arizona will be in the same state, but in quite different parts of the state. But it's possible we will be meeting tomorrow, and we'll be discussing it. He said, look, he was treated very unfairly by the Democrats. He would have beaten Joe Biden in a Democrat primary. I have no doubt about it. And they made it absolutely impossible for him. They made it that you have to get 60, 70% of the vote just to get in. And you know what?
President.
In the end, the Democrats did the same thing to Joe Biden. They threw Joe Biden out of the party.
And that's
they
why
did
we
the
saw a
same
different
thing
night
as they did to RFK.
Mr. President, thank you so
very
much
sir.
for the time.
Okay,
We
thank you
appreciate
very
that
much.
live feedback.
Stay right
Thank
there.
you.
Live edition of Gutfeld is coming up. Thank you so much for joining us
All
from
right,
Chicago.
mute it.
It's been a great week.
Good night.
Trump is a freight train, man. Trump is a freight train. You cannot stop him whatsoever. So, I'm sorry, Krista. I'm sorry, Jay. Fuck you, Jay Hailstorm.
I just wanted a pizza, man. You ain't even get it for me.
Yeah, listen.
What the heck?
Listen.
Food.
Listen, when you've got 4,000 people watching, that's your focus. We need
All
to get the stuff for the people. That's what I care about.
All right.
So
Understood.
man, this was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm more motivated than I've ever been, and that's what I tweeted out. My tweet was I've been a Trump supporter since 2016, never wavered. I'm more motivated than ever to get him back in office after that speech. Everyone else should be too. Trump 2024.
Yeah.
You know, with this RFK thing that's going to happen tomorrow, excuse me, that's going to be crazy. If it happens, it seems like it's going to happen.
It's going to be awesome, man.
It's going to be a game changer.
Because it'll bring in a whole bunch of like, you know, different voters and stuff. So
yeah. Cam Man says Jeremy never says sorry to me. No, not going to happen. Appreciate Cam Man and Jessica and all the mods.
Oh yeah, shout
but
out.
Listen, I know there's a ton of super chats, and they are all being compiled. And the ones I got to, obviously, there's some I got to. There's a lot I didn't, but they will all be taken care of. It's a crazy week right now with all the stuff going on, but I do truly appreciate the support, and I know everybody wants to get their voice out there and be heard and everything like that. And all super chats will be read in its entirety. Krista Beep right there is the reason that they're all going to be kept up with. But with that said, I'm going to get some right now. So let's see. So again, we'll go back to Janine Oliver for a proper 199 and says shout out to our two feline warriors, Spock and Sabrina, our two feline friends that have passed away in the past week. Hail to you, Figs. Live long and prosper. So sorry to hear that. But lots of prayers in the chat, I'm sure, for you from the people here. Does anybody need to leave real quick? Like Jay, I mean, I know you were just hopping in for a bit, so I don't want to keep you. I know
Yeah, I'm probably going to go because I've got to get up early and I'm heading to Canada.
You know what though? There was something good that happened tonight. No Beyonce. So if there's one positive we can take away, it's no Beyonce, because anytime there's no Beyonce,
speaker.
Huh? Yeah, man.
Like I did. Like, did they just sweep that under the rug? Like they just tried to get people to watch by saying that?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I can't believe it. So let them have it. But Jay, where can they find you? We
Drunk
got
Radio.
how many subscribers till 100K? How many?
1,700.
Oh my
1,700. Come on.
Come on now.
Come
Help me out,
on.
please. I don't care if you watch.
Just create a whole new brand account and just subscribe
Yeah.
to him. Come on now.
That's all I need.
Well, Jay, I
Be
hope
cool
you
to
have
get it on my birthday, Saturday, because then
Yeah.
Achromatic Chronicles Green, we think it drops the day I get back from Toronto. So
Yeah.
what a crazy month. So
it's
what
going to be a wild one. It's going to be a wild one. Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. Safe travels.
Oh, no worries.
And let me know if you need anything, man. Got your back always.
Man, and all I gotta say,
I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah,
I
he always does
knew
that.
he was going to do that because that's what Jay does. Jay Hailstorm, do you need to bounce? You can get the hell out of here, man. I know you
All
got
right.
stuff to do. So thank you, Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Tell them where they can find you.
Kicking YouTube at J Hailstorm.
There you go. Drop the link in the chat if you want, brother. Have a good night.
See ya.
Adios.
See you. Nandy for a 1999 says Kamala called me and promised I'd get some good Indian food if I came to the DNC and spoke how she's a beacon of hope for us Indians. Well, hopefully you got it there, buddy. Samuel B says it'll be 30 years from now. Trump will have passed and we'll be in an election, and the Democrats will still be complaining about Trump in their campaigns. That is the most accurate thing ever, because that is 100% true. 100% true. By the way, I see that our mods are having to deal with a lot of spammers. Thank you guys. Shout out to you guys. John Underwood, Stone Cold Underwood in the house for 1999 says, kick ass tonight, Jeremy. Krista in the house. I wonder how many times you're going to hear cackling Kamala. Far too many times. Caleb for 20 says, story needs something other than these libtards. Sorry, needs something. Oh, yeah, I read that one earlier. I got that one from Caleb.
Okay.
I'd answered that one. John Underwood, Stone Cold Underwood says, why are they talking about things that they're going to do when they're in office now? Could have done it 3.5 years ago. I think that's what's starting to connect with a lot of people. Craig Morning says, what if one of those girls just said, this is MAGA country, and hit her aunt with a stunner and walked off? I hate political indoctrination of little kids, truly deranged. It would be, this is why professional wrestling should rule the world. Like, we should have money in the bank, steel cage matches, steel chairs, and a stone cold stunner. That's 100% what we need. Like, Stone Cold Stunner unites. It would unite America. All right. Yave Gamelin for a 9.99 says Kamala called me. Somehow she knew I was constipated. She said, have you some collard greens curry? I said, Kamala, you are drunk again. The cackle began. Sad but true. Sad but true. 8 o'clock. There sure are a lot of veteran Dems like to put the U.S. military in stupid wars. Sad but true. Trump is truthing again. Nice. John Underwood. Kamala says that we need to be woke or woker than Trump says. If you're woke, you're a loser. And Trump has it right. He has it 100% right. There's Jeff Burton with 1, 2, 3 20s. And then says Trump is the only president that targeted the terrorist funded by Iran. Trump made it to where we could sue Iran for this. Democrats are sorry for us to ever go to war unless we help out with countries funneling their money. 1000%. 3, which is this is a good one. I remember this one that came in 3 for $20. I owe an apology. I said the other night RFK would go back to the Dems for a deal, even after how they shunned him. Didn't know at the time that he'd already said no way in hell. Tomorrow should be exciting. It is exciting. I'm excited. John Underwood, Democratic Party. Is this what you want in chief executive of our nation to run this country? Sadly, they do want that. Major Dave. What's up, Major Dave? Says this is like the elementary school show and tell, but less interesting. JD for 20 says her own dad said that he isn't black. He's Indian, Irish, or something of that mix. Love how the media says that she was from Jamaica, so she is black. Shout out to our black brother Elon Musk, who is from Africa. This is logic. Exactly, man. It's with Democrats and identity politics, it's such a weird web that they create, and it's just a giant pretzel of nonsense. That's all it is. 3 says leftists don't want policy and plans. They want the feel good movie of the summer and then out for an evening of mostly peaceful protest. Very well said. Very well said. Jimbo for 20 says, I made the mistake of eating a gas station chili dog for lunch. I was fighting for my life from a Flying J bathroom in Mississippi. Things looked grim. Then Kamala called me and she helped me through it. She got my vote. I can always appreciate a reference to a Flying J bathroom. Shadow Sand for $9.99 says, I was depressed when Titanfall 3 was canceled, but then I got a call from Kamala and she fixed everything. She fixed everything. Again, big shout out to all the gifted memberships tonight. Alec Baldwin's Finger, Brock, Lance Finn, so many others. Babo Yogi. I think Eric dropped some as well. You guys are great. Heir to the Ron for 10 says, these young Democrat politicians are new and already washed because they don't know history disgraces. Kelly R says, tonight will be blank with a thumbs up. I guess we found out. Love Dog says the act Republicans have been running things for the past 20 years. Unfreaking believable. 1992 space movie for 10. They are talking as if Trump is still in office. When checks notes Biden and Kamala are in the White House and they are in control of the Senate. What are we doing here? 100%. Let's see. Elwing's Secret Garden says, that was brutal. If only Trump shared chicken dinner with the family like Biden. Jeremy the Cyborg says, hello and hail the 199. Zevin Cross says, Krista sounds like Gur from Invader Zim. Sing the Doom song. I think Chris is all sung out. Jeremy the Cyborg says, massive protest march heading to DC. Fox News now. Elwing's Secret Garden says, this is cringe. You pronounce Kamala Camel. Brock, and this is Brock's, if you do 4 Trump clips in a row, I will give 50 to this cringe. That's so good. Yave Gameland says, Kamala called me. Somehow she knew I was constipated. She's, oh yeah, we read that one earlier. Munchie Ninja. The DNC has more hostages than freaking Gaza. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, I'm in bed with my missus and she couldn't get me up. Kamala called me and she offered to give me a handy. Now that I think about it, that's a bit weird for me to call and help out. And we're going to stop on that note right there. So, Krista, what do you got going on?
Sorry. Nothing.
You going to go live?
Maybe so. I don't know.
Yes or no?
I'm going to go eat first, even though I kind of already.
Krista will be live. If she goes live, it will be on her Kick channel,
yeah,
Krista Nova, and then Geeks and Gamers Play on the YouTube side. So
I restream.
Yeah, but so
I just want y'all to subscribe to Drunk 3PO. That's what I want for his birthday. I'm so proud of him. I've been making his thumbnails. I really want him to get there because he really deserves it. He honestly does. He's been working so hard. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider it. Just really want to get him there. He's so close. He's so close. I can't stress this enough. It's like I'm stressing. I check every day. I like refresh his page. I'm like, you there yet? So yeah.
Don't forget, we're going to be live tomorrow covering the Trump RFK stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, thank you guys so much. All super chats will be read on a Square Up. Probably, I'm thinking Sunday night is when I'm going to try to knock all that out. So, I mean, it's basically, we're at like 7 days a week Cobra Cast right now. So we're just rolling on 7 days a week Cobra Cast. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Driver 3692 says subbed. I think he meant to Drunk 3PO.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
But thank you guys so much. Let's see. JX Worldwide Music. Don't let her get in. Here in Australia, we are in trouble. It's a good
Mm.
message. Greatly appreciated. And I hope everything goes well for you guys over there. I've heard some
Yeah.
stories. I've heard some
Aussie.
stories.
Mhm.
Braid Zone with the new member. Thank you, Braid Zone. You've been here for a while though. So and Golden Nugget says Krista is based and not gay.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
All right,
Golden
guys. Thank you so very much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll get the event set up early. The idea is to stay live through like for RFK, and then depending on how long that goes, then maybe just wait until Trump goes live. I'm not sure yet. We'll map it all out. But
Yep.
for Krista, for Hailstorm, for Drunk 3PO, you guys have a great night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.